Makibara is. I mean, I understand because I know they did that nigga dirty. They did him dirty for sure. But you know, at a certain point, you gotta move on. That's what.
Nah, they should have kept him, bro.
For sure, they should have kept him. Like, I know,
bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Then this is gonna be controversial because I fucking hate this guy. But they low-key should have kept Bobby too, bro.
I don't think that would have flew. I understand what you mean, but it wouldn't have flew, bro.
He's cutthroat. He's cutthroat, you know?
Yeah, and...
Oh no, we're lagging. Is it me? Hello? Oh dear. It's Jover.
You're not botting or anything.
It's a Jover.
And you look...
Oh no.
Not choppy. Oh, it might be over. You can't... Can you hear me?
Damn.
Hold on.
For a second.
Okay, we good?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, but yeah, I feel you, but the optics, Bobby's optics was not gonna fly. Mikey Barr, I don't know why they cut him. After they sent him as the secret spy to sabotage ABK and get the price down. They kept Rod though.
Nah, he dipped too, didn't he?
Yeah, he dipped, but they kept him.
Bro, a lot of those Bethesda guys are gone too. They're gutting all these people.
Yeah. It is what it is, though.
Bro, I swear to God, ever since this last Windows update, dude, my PC has like been fucking dookie, bro. Like everything is slow. Like, bro, I have this webcam plugged into a USB 3.0 port, and it says it's in a USB 2.0 port after the Windows update. It makes no sense.
Hey man, you gotta revert back to the last one.
Nah, bro. They need to fucking stop making AI write their code for them, bro. This AI ain't helping, dog.
All right, that's a good mic check.
Oh shit, we're rolling?
Yeah, we rolling.
Fuck.
It's all good though. Microsoft ain't gonna come for you this time.
They might, bro.
What it do, what it don't, what it is, and what it ain't. It's your boy, Don Otaku, aka Don Solo, aka Solo the Don, aka Solo D Swaggy, aka Jermaine Cole's biggest hater. What it do?
Jermaine?
Hey man, fuck that guy. And of course, I'm here with Subegels, aka Subeg, aka the Green Thumb, aka the Gaming Gardener, aka the Avatar, aka Jermaine Cole's second biggest hater. We both hate that motherfucker. What? No, I'm just playing. What you got for today?
Yeah, baby steps, baby. Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
I actually bought it, bro.
Wait, you bought Baby Steps?
I did. I'm gonna talk
you
about
it. You bought the PlayStation Game of the Year 2025?
The Kojima Simulator 2.0.
Snubbed Kojima for best PlayStation game. Great. All right. But what's been up, bro? What you been up to?
Oh man, I've been good. I've been chilling. Going through my fucking usual life shit. Going back to being a nighttime only gamer because that seems to be the only time I have to play games. So, sacrificing sleep for games as always. Bro, I try my best to change this, but it just doesn't. It just doesn't change.
I mean,
like
it is what it is.
It just doesn't change, bro. Like I think it's always external factors, bro. It's shit that I can't control, you know? Like, but anyways, happy to play though. Happy to play everything that I've been playing. I've been good. I've been hitting the gym like super consistent. Been going on my walks consistently. If there's sun outside, then I'm definitely more inclined to walk versus if there's not. But
you said if sun's out, buns out.
Yeah, pretty much. But if the sun ain't out, those buns is sticking in the couch and playing some, hopefully. But yeah, I've been good. What about yourself?
Man, I've been great actually. It's been
That's good.
a lot of fun with the games that I've been playing. I got 2 games I can't talk about that I got some early access.
Is it Fable? Is one of them Fable, bro?
Oh yeah, you already know. You know, Playground, they had hit me up after my article, and they were like, "Yeah, we were thinking about giving the code to Flame, but you know, Flame was over here hating, so we gonna give it to you instead."
Nah, give the code to me, bro.
Shout out to Flame. Shout out to Lognet.
Give the code to me. I'll give the best coverage of that game. I'll even do a video for you, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do a video, but well, you getting the review, so
that's what's up.
You already called dibs, so I got the dibs on killing though.
If they give it to me, man, we'll see. I
mean, I think Xbox, for the most part, have been good about getting codes to us. I don't think we've ever missed a big release, as far as I know.
I think it was Keeper that they didn't give us.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Which I would have probably covered that game if they gave it to me, which is hella funny. Anyways.
Double Fine, don't play with that kill, and y'all better give me that damn code.
I signed up for that beta too.
So yeah.
For sure.
All right. But yeah, I've been good. I had a hilarious date night with Cindy.
Hell yeah.
And we did these. So I got a easel and canvas kit for both of us. Cause she's the creative one. She likes to draw and like build or make clay pottery and shit. Like I'm not that guy, but for like I was like, you know what? Let me get these because we haven't done anything in that vein in a while. So I got these kits and I was like, you know what? I saw this thing on Twitter where we would draw each other's self-portrait. Like we would draw each other's portraits. I guess not self-portraits. That'd be drawing ourselves. And then we like reveal them. Bro, I got the reactions on camera, and I was hoping, because like she likes to draw. I know she's a good like sketcher. I was like, okay, maybe she's not that good of a painter and it's not gonna come out good, and we both gonna have terrible drawings of each other. So I let her reveal her for bro. Hers was so good, and I was like, damn. I was hoping that yours would be like one step above mine.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 at the most.
No.
When I revealed mine, like
fucking stick figures and shit.
On video, and that shit is, that shit is pure comedy gold, because the contrast of the drawings was just so bad. That's funny. Like the timing of the reveal was fucking hilarious, bro. Oh man. I can't paint for shit. That's all I'm gonna say. And what I drew was not any kind of representation of her at all. It was actually disrespectful how bad it was. But yeah, I've been hanging out with her. We've been catching up on some shows, and I've been getting in some gaming as well. So had a really good week. But yeah,
that's awesome.
That's all I've been up to. Let's go ahead and get into the gaming. And I'll start first because I literally only have one game. I have 2 games, but one of those games is a full topic, so we won't get into that yet.
Oh, yeah.
But
it's the goatee.
I got one game to talk about, and that is Fortnite, but not your average Fortnite battle royale, whatever the fuck. No.
We running it back?
This is Fortnite Round Jam, which is a Fall Guys game in Fortnite but not in Fall Guys, because that would just be weird. This is a new limited time game mode, which after playing this, I'm actually upset that it's limited time, because this is one of the best game modes in Fortnite.
Bro, weren't we talking shit about this last week?
And I said, once I play it, I'm probably gonna be like, hell no, this is actually fun as hell. And I was right, because this game is actually pretty fucking fun. And it's a 3v3 sports kind of like sports game. So it has some basketball similarities, has some soccer similarities, but very Rocket League-esque, except without all the technical prowess needed for that. And it works really well. It's very simple to just pick up and play. You learn the rules, you learn the mechanics, and there's still some depth there, even with how simplistic it is. And I haven't even played regular Fortnite in so long, because I've just been stuck on this. Every time I load up Fortnite, I go straight to Crown Jam, and I'm in Diamond rank right now. So I've been playing nothing but ranked as well. And yeah, bro, this shit is hilarious. It gets tense when it's like tied up, especially when you get into overtime. It's controls way better than Fall Guys does, because fucking Fall Guys, you're not the fucking slow ass.
You're not a fucking jelly bean.
Yeah, you're not. You're still a jelly bean, but you're not a slow ass, wobbly, unsteady ass Fall Guys character.
Yeah,
you're actually running and sprinting and diving and jumping. Like it actually feels great to play, unlike Fall Guys. But I guess like the whole point of Fall Guys is that you're not supposed to feel great.
Yeah, it's supposed to feel like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that there is some depth to the strategy of playing this game, and like especially playing ranked, it gets crazy. So there are special abilities, and you have a bar that fills up, like getting tackles, stealing the ball, blocking shots. Those will fill up your meter faster, and you get to choose what your ability is out of 3. You have Confetti Bomb, which is a long-range, like homing missile that will knock out whoever you aim at from anywhere on the map. And this comes in handy when someone is about to like score and nobody's near them. You can long range knock them out real quick before they can get the dunk or get the shot off. There's Big Bean, which basically makes you invulnerable for a short period, and like a really short period, which is good. It's like 5 seconds. So you usually use this when you're going for a dunk and you don't want anybody to stop you. Now it'll absorb 1 hit, but if a second hit, like if 2 people block you at the same time, that's the only way that they can stop you. But 1 person will not be enough to block your shot or stop you from dunking. And then there's the jump pad, where you can throw a pad on the ground that'll bounce you like halfway across the map. Or if you're like going for a dunk, you'll get super high jump so that it's harder for people to block you. And all 3 of them have their like strategy to them. I use the jump pad a lot because it comes in handy, like throwing off the defense, especially when I'm just trying to get down court. And there's a lot more strategy with the bounce pad than anything, because you can kind of launch yourself from anywhere and close the distance without, like, before the other team can even realize what you're doing. So that's been like my go-to power up. But yeah, I've been going ham in this. Like my Rocket League sensibilities kind of transfer to this game as well.
Rematch too.
Yeah, rematch as well. when motherfuckers pass the ball, because it seems like no matter what sports game you play, everybody wants to be Kobe.
Pass the ball.
Everybody wants to be Kobe, and nobody wants to be Isaiah Thomas.
Bro, I feel like this is like the third or fourth time you brought up Isaiah Thomas,
Hey,
dog.
Man, when I think
is that your GOAT, bro?
When I think of fundamental point guards in this era, I think of Isaiah Rashad. I said Isaiah Rashad, goddamn. Isaiah Thomas.
Bro, that's funny.
Isaiah Thomas, and then not to be like, obviously John Stockton, goated, like,
okay.
But like in the modern era, I always think of Isaiah Thomas.
Interesting. You know who I think of in the modern era? Two players.
Okay.
Steph Curry and CP3.
See, but
point guards.
When I think of Steph Curry, I think more about his shooting ability than his ability to run plays.
That's a casual mindset, bro. That's a casual basketball mindset.
He's a better playmaker than Isaiah Thomas, though. I think because of his shooting ability, he can kind of.
I disagree.
Because of his shooting threat.
So the reason why I bring up CP3 and Steph Curry is because they kind of represent like both ends of like the point guard spectrum. Whereas CP3 is very pass first, right? But Steph Curry is like, they're trying to get him the ball to shoot threes, right? But both are like pulling like gravity. Both are pulling weight from defense. So it's like, because Steph is so dangerous on the three ball, he's getting double teamed or triple teamed out there. So someone's going to be open, and he's getting the ball to them if he's getting double teamed and triple teamed in those moments. So he's very selfless in that aspect, which is a point guard trait. It's underrated actually for him. People don't really bring that up, but whereas CP3 is like very pass first, and CP3 he wants to get everyone the ball.
Like, I've always loved Chris Paul. He's always been one of my favorites until he went to that team that we don't talk about, and then I was like, you know what, he's really not that great actually. I'm just playing.
That's funny. He gets a lot of hate. I mean, some of it's deserved because he's very petty sometimes. But he's very good. He's very great. He got robbed of an MVP season one year. Yeah, shout out to CP3, man.
I actually had like, I've never bought like numbered Jordans, but I did have some CP3 Jordans that I loved.
Yeah.
One of my favorite
shoes. Shoes are clean. Hell yeah.
I think it was the CP3 2s, and I love those shoes. They were really good. Usually I don't like the just regular player shoes. They usually don't do a good job, but his were clean. I fucked with them. But I've never worn any like numbered Jordans. Never happened. But yeah. What were we even talking about? Fortnite. Yeah, let's go. Okay.
Basketball? That's funny.
But yeah, Fortnite Crown Jam, like, I recommend this game. Even if you don't like Fortnite, I would download the game. I guess I wouldn't recommend it because it's limited time, and if you don't already have Fortnite downloaded, I wouldn't tell you to download this for the 2 weeks that's left. So I'm not gonna tell you to waste your time by doing that, but this is, if you already have Fortnite downloaded, boot it up just to play this for a couple of rounds, and you'll probably get addicted. It's great. Not the basketball game that we were hoping for, but the whatever the fuck that we deserve.
Slow Clap, if you're listening.
Where is Slow Clap located?
I think they're in Europe, to be honest.
Let's see.
Let me look.
I got it.
I know that they're usually published by Kepler, and Kepler usually works with European teams, so I'm just gonna say that they're in Europe.
They are based in
Paris.
Yep, France. Another French team.
Yep.
It seems that the only French team that's not doing well, let's not talk about it.
It's Ubi. You know, a lot of these companies are made out of like former Ubisoft guys, right? Even Slow Clap.
But yeah, Fortnite Crown Jam is it. That's it. That's the tweet.
That's awesome, man.
So, what have you been up to? What you been playing?
Yes, sir. Still on that Legend Za. I think I'm at a point where I got the challenger requesting for me to level up to rank W, I think it is. I defeated the 3 Mega Evolution Pokemon things that were running around and stuff, so I'm having fun with it, man. I got my Emboar to, I got my Pignite to its last evolution. Now I'm working on the Venusaur. That's the name of that one, right?
Venusaur as your,
yeah, I got that one.
Yeah, I had to get Charmander. It's just
hell yeah.
That's in my.
Wait,
DNA.
what was your starter that you picked?
Totodile.
Got it. The water type, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Then you needed the fire type. That was the opposite with me, where it's like I picked the fire, so then I needed a grass type.
Yeah.
So I picked him. My party is really clean. It's coming together nicely, and I'm starting to get those Mega Evolution stones and stuff. So I'm starting to like go seek out the Pokemons that I have the stones for. It's so much fun, man. Have you beat the game yet?
No, I haven't picked it back up. I'll need to finish those like late 2025 games.
Yeah.
All Night Silk Song, Hades 2, Pokemon Legends and then I just need to finish my review for Kirby Air Riders, which is literally basically done.
Hey, they just updated that shit too.
Yep, that's gonna be one of the topics.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, Legends I'm probably gonna finish that up eventually, but I need to complete these reviews for the games that I'm having embargo for right now.
Hell yeah. No doubt,
so
no doubt.
I'll probably start moving back to those older games. Hopefully.
It's just a cozy game, man. It's just a cozy game.
Yeah,
I love it. It's kind of making me want to jump back into Scarlet. I remember I put it down. Low key, it wasn't connecting with me. Like I was just kind of roaming around, and at a point I was like, "What the fuck am I even doing?" And then I just dropped it. And so maybe I need to go back to it and figure it out. Sure, it has the same loop. I just got to figure it out in like the way that they translate it to that open world, you know? Because that's the first time I played a mainline Pokemon game since I think it was X and Y. That was the last one I played on the 3DS.
Yep.
So it's been years since I played a mainline game. So I obviously played Legends Arceus, but that's not mainline at all, you know?
I always get attacked when I say that Legends games are mainline, but they are mainline according to Game Freak, and every Pokemon fan will tell you that over and over again.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Well, my argument is if the Legends Arceus was mainline, they would have given it a Switch 2 update. Or they would have patched it for Switch 2 and given it that 60 FPS 1080p treatment. But what's it called? I do want to go back to it just so I can see if I connect with it again, and then I can drop it and wait for Gen 10. So Pokemon, I'm still with it. Played a little bit of Ball X Pit because they just updated it.
Regal.
Yep, and they actually I've noticed that they've been actually improving the performance on the Switch as well. Like you know how I told you it's in like the 90 FPS range, but it drops, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's so like it used to drop into the 60s in gameplay, but now it's only dropping into the 80s. So it's like they're patching it a little bit, at least what I'm noticing. And yeah, man, I'm still having a fucking blast with this game, dude. It's awesome. Unlocking all the blueprints and all that in the levels, completing all the levels with all the different characters. It's so much fun, dude. You start to realize like, oh, go for it.
No, go ahead, finish up. And,
I was saying like you start to realize like what characters automatically like have evolutions with each other, so you start pairing the ones that have the evolution, so you can like off rip have a fire ass build, you know. So it's just awesome, dude. I love this game. But what were you gonna say?
And you didn't really get into Vampire.
Is it Jover?
Oh,
please don't tell me it's Jover.
Can't hear me? Frozen?
No.
What's going on?
Windows.
I like how I can still hear, but he can't hear me, apparently. Oh no, he's frozen now. Yeah, he got that frozen face as a rep. Oh wait,
are we
you back? You
back? I'm telling you, man, it's these Windows updates, bro.
But yeah, I was gonna ask, you haven't, wait, refresh your camera? Or like turn it off, turn it back on? Let's see. There you go, okay. So you didn't get into like Vampire Survivors really, right?
I did, but I didn't really put too much time into it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like I think I probably put like 10 hours or less into it.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like you should try going back to Vampire Survivors.
I know. It was awesome when I played it. I should, for sure. Still on Game Pass, right?
Yeah, it's I think it's one of those forever titles.
Did it ever get a Switch 2 update?
Switch 2, no. But
if it did, I probably would have copped. But I mean, it doesn't I'm sure it maxed out the Switch 1.
And it does, like on the Switch 1, when you do have all the abilities going crazy, it does lag a little bit, but honestly, with the Switch 2, I'm pretty sure the performance will kind of brute force those moments. But yeah, I think you should give Vampire Survivors another go after you like are done with Ball X Pit, because a lot of elements that you like the character builds and like unlocking the new characters and trying out their specialties, and there's like different ways of playing. I feel like you'll enjoy that aspect too once you get into some of the later characters.
I just think I like it. I think it's connecting with me a little more just because it's a little more active, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like,
I feel you.
Because catching the balls is just as important as shooting the balls too. And you can also make it so you're not doing like the auto shoot too, so you can manually shoot the balls and stuff like that. I think just like those little bit of like active elements is what's clicking with me. Mm-hmm. And I like the fact that it's like a brick breaker at heart. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Oh no, is it happening again?
No, is it happening?
I don't know.
I mean, usually
I don't think so.
I think
we're good.
So.
Yeah, no, yeah, we're good.
Okay. All right. With that, anything else besides those two?
So then the last game other than the big one is Baby Steps. I copped it on a little sale. It was like $12 or something like that. So it was on my wish list forever. So I was just like, fuck it, I'll just cop it. And then one day I was just trying to play something. I was just staring at the PS5 menu, and I was like, fuck it, let me just try this game real quick. So then I hopped in it. Bro, this is one of the weirdest fucking games I've ever played. Like not even gameplay wise, but like story and like cutscene wise, like it's just fully like bizarre. Like it's so weird. I guess so. The gameplay is just like you're this guy. I don't even know his fucking name, but right trigger is your right leg and left trigger is your left leg, and you have to press up on the analog stick to move each one. So if you press right trigger down, he'll pick up his right leg, and then you can move his leg with your analog stick at that point. And then you gotta move it up, and then he'll plant his feet, and then you let go of the trigger, and then you do the other one. So that's kind of like the loop that I'm like trying to figure out. But bro, like even like the smallest little hills are like boss fights.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's the thing, because like I have sometimes like no patience. So I was like playing it, I was getting so frustrated, and I was like kind of getting it, and I was kind of not getting it, and then I was just like, fuck this shit, and then I just stopped playing it. But it is very like I would say the cutscenes are very like 360 coded. Like they're very like bizarre, strange, like weird like camera angles and stuff like that. Like it makes no sense. So it's like it kind of reminded me of that. Kind of reminded me of like those like DMC Devil May Cry cutscenes where they were just like fucking just like really just random and like kind of dumb. And but yeah, it's an interesting game. I wouldn't say it's great or anything, but I do gotta still play it a little more to see if there's a little more to offer. You know that game, like I think it was called Quap or something like that.
I was literally
like
about
a
to bring
2D.
that up. I was like, it's basically Quap, but
in 3D.
With 3D and more like going into it. But also, it's supposed to be one of those games like Getting Over It or Chained Together without the co-op, I guess. But those frustrating, like bad movement games that you have to do a bunch of bullshit to try to get as high as, like, to get to the top, and then if you fall, I feel like it's not as punishing as those, right?
No, it's not punishing. It's just more frustrating and goofy. The character looks like he has a BBL though, for sure. So it's like when you flop on the floor and you start just like spazzing out on the triggers, he just starts wiggling his body around and shit. It looks hella funny. But I have some goofy little clips that I took. But yeah, I don't even know if this is a serious game or anything, but it's an interesting one for sure. But yeah, that's baby steps. I guess if I play it some more, I'll have some more to say about it. Hopefully it opens up some more and there's more like gameplay elements to it other than just moving your foot up and walking.
Watch you get to the end and it's like, bro, this has the deepest story I've ever played since Death Stranding. Like
that's hella funny.
It wasn't about the journey. It was like, yeah, I don't know.
It was about the steps.
But anything else though?
I'm trying to think. I don't think so. Yeah, I haven't really played much else outside of those.
All right. Well, before we get into the big one that we've been playing and the controversy surrounding that, let's get into the on the radar. I have two on the radars to talk about. One of them is a new roguelite beat 'em up where you are a knight. I would think a knight of sort that only uses his fists, that does not use any weapons, and you're just brawling through space and time in a collapsed reality. And yeah, this shit looks dope. The combat in here looks crazy. But let me put that on the screen so y'all can see what I'm talking about.
Very Diablo-like.
Yeah, isometric. You could also say it has some Hades vibes as well.
Oh yeah, Hades. Some character action in there too. This looks sick.
But yeah, y'all can't hear the music, but the music also sounds pretty fucking dope. Some Sifu energy, because the enemies seem like they have just as intricate attacks patterns as you do. But with it being roguelike, you will keep getting different random power-ups each time, and yeah, I want to see how those chain together.
Yeah, I love the animation work on the hits too. Like it feels like it feels good to play. It looks like it feels good to play, I should say.
Seal Breakers is the name. I don't even think I said that before. But yeah, Seal Breakers. It looks pretty fucking good.
Okay.
So with this, you build a new fighting style every run. Brawl through space and time in a collapsed reality. No weapons. You made a vow. A fist-only roguelite beat 'em up where you break the world back. So yeah, no release date, just coming soon for this one. It's already on Steam, but it is coming to consoles as well. So look forward to that one.
Yeah,
and this one isn't as much a on the radar for like something new, but we've talked about this before. I got a chance to play the playtest before release, but I just wanted to highlight this game again because its official launch is finally here, and that is Out of Action. So Out of Action is finally out, and I just gotta highlight this game because it is a really great first-person shooter from a very small team, or one person, I think, actually. And it has that PS2, like 360 era kind of energy. The art style is really cool, but on a technical level, the gunplay is just really good. Although I'm not a keyboard and mouse player, I was able to kind of map as much as I could to the controller. But yeah, the movement in this game is amazing, especially for a one-man team. Like, crazy, like one-man developer making movement that trumps most of the AAA shooters that has come out. Each class has like different abilities, different loadouts in that kind of PS2 era of games, 360 era of first-person shooter. You're not customizing your loadout. I mean, I guess you can customize your loadout as well, but the loadouts that my bad, the loadouts that they kind of make for each class are pretty well set up and diverse. Like, there's the Ghost that has active camo. There's the shotgun. There's one with a shotgun. He's like the brute force kind of explosive guy. But yeah, this game, I'm not sure how much has changed since the playtest that I played, but it had a good amount of maps. Not anything like, I think it was like 6 or 8. So nothing crazy as far as map diversity, but it was a lot of fun when I played it. And I believe it's in early access right now, so it's still going to be improving over time. But for $20, I think people should give this game a chance and really... Wait, there's a third-person mode? Okay, I did not know there's... I just saw on the Steam page that there's actually a third-person mode in here now.
Oh, and Out of Action?
Yes.
What? Bro, dude, I actually downloaded that demo or whatever, the playtest, and I never played it.
But yeah.
Oh, yeah, but I dropped a little some if you wanna, if we wanna include it.
I haven't seen what you, but
oh shit.
But yeah, if you got Steam, check this out, bro. $20, no reason not to. It's
hell yeah,
a really fun game, and the developer deserves the report. I said report, but deserves the attention. Makes sense. Usually don't go over quarterlies, but yeah, I don't see anything that doesn't make sense there. All right, but with that, any on the radars from you? Anything you seen
on the radars? Hold on, let me see. I might have one second. Yes, I do actually. A big one. I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but you know Lilimo Games, right?
Yeah.
Collins joint. They have a game called Saint and Slayer. Have you heard of it?
No.
I'm trying to find a fucking... There it is. Here, I gotcha. It's like a pixel art 2D, kind of like Shovel Knight inspired, maybe some Castlevania more so in there. Let me send it to you. Podcast notes. But yeah, it's called Saiyan Slayer. It looks pretty dope actually.
Saiyan Slayer, Spirit of Sacrilege.
Yes, sir. I posted in the podcast notes too. But yeah,
on the screen.
I thought this game just looked sick. I love pixel art games. You know, inject those in my veins. It looks like they put a lot of effort into this. It looks different from their other games. You know, it's not like a little brick breaker or a little spaceship game. It's more looks more intricate, more in depth. You know. Yeah. And I think after this they're gonna be making an RPG. But yeah, this game looks sick, man. Shout out to Lily Mo Games.
Still waiting on Maddie's game.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, we'll shout that out when the time comes.
I know Maddie's game's gonna be fucking crazy. Just cause I know his tastes.
Oh yeah. I expect it to be very Persona-like.
I expect it to be dark for no reason, because that's the type of games that he likes.
Persona meets Bethesda games, bro. That's what I expect it to be. And then he's gonna take over Todd Howard at BGS Studio, bro.
Let's fucking go. I'll allow it. But yeah, sorry, I was adjusting the actual
you're good.
Video so I can get the actual full game in here. But yeah, this still looks sick. It looks sick, not 6. 6, 7. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no, that was last week, dog. But yeah, I'm kind of tempted to maybe
68. I didn't say that.
Yes, sir. 68. But yeah, man, I'm excited for it. I'm there.
Yeah, man. I guess this is Mina the Hollower until. What was the other?
Oh wait,
Mina?
that's the second one. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. Let me try to pull that one up.
It's in the gaming news, right? Or was it?
Yes. Yeah. Terrascape.
Yeah.
Tearscape. Terrascape. The character looks like he's straight out of Bloodborne, but pixel art and what's it called? Top down. Looks fire. Mina the Hollower, but not Mina the Hollower. You know, Mina the Hollower on the Switch 2, the store page says it's coming out in 2030. Like, can you believe that?
I can believe that. No, I'm just playing. Hey,
like,
man.
bruh.
Yacht Club. Get your shit together. That's all I gotta say. It's coming out February 2nd. Yeah, this looks dope. I like the dash.
Oh yeah.
A good dash automatically makes a game good. I don't care what anybody says. That's all you need in a game is a dash that looks cool and feels good. And it makes everything better.
Well, there's a demo out of it. And it actually is coming out on February 2nd, so in about 4 days.
Coming out very soon.
Oh yeah, let me add this to my wish list, baby. But yeah, Mina the Hollower, but not Mina the Hollower, pretty much.
Yep. I'm still really sad about Earthblade being canceled, which was
that was the
Mad Games
Celeste
developer, their action RPG.
Yeah,
I was really looking forward to that. I need them to come out with a game ASAP. Rocky. All right, but enough about on the radars, indie games, and all that. Let's get into Game of the Year 2026. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of Jeff, and we make jokes about Jeffy Boy all the time.
Oh, we roast his ass all the time.
Yeah, we be making fun of his fit, even though he decided
that's the best part of the Game Awards every year.
He decided not to pull up with a whack fit this year, but he pulled up with a kind of whack show. No, I'm just playing. It was like, looking back on the games that was announced, it wasn't that bad, but it was badly presented, I guess. Kind of like another showcase that we'll get into after this. But Jeff, like, I make fun of Jeff. I don't think that he is like some people like to say that he's not a real gamer, and I don't believe that. That's one thing I will not put on Jeff. He's a real gamer. Like, he
was a journalist. Yeah, he was a legit full-on journalist.
And it's not like he's like a corpo that kind of came into this and started trying to promote gaming. No, he's been doing this since before gaming was a mainstream thing that people actually cared about. The Spike TV Game Awards, even before, like, yes, he comes from money. His grandfather, I think one of them, is the one of the founders of IMAX, and that's where he got his shine. But he didn't go into film. He didn't fall in love with film and follow in his family's footsteps. No, he loved gaming so much that he gave his only forgotten. No, I'm just playing. That he wants,
he sacrificed all of his aura points.
Yeah, he went into gaming. He's been only trying to push gaming forward, and I'll never fault him for that. But I know for a fact Jeff plays games. He plays games. He plays a lot of games, and he is not all talk in that aspect. Now, the way he handles his award show and the death of E3 and all that, you know.
Yeah, and him cheering that on.
Yeah, I won't forgive him for that, but there's a lot that people try to put on him and say, like, he's just this and that. And when it comes to being a gamer, I will never question Jeff. So, when Jeff... So it started with the Highguard being announced at the Game Awards as the final announcement, which is usually reserved for a very impactful, like, series returning, or the new entry in a, like, beloved series. Usually something that is a known quantity in some form or fashion. So seeing a brand new IP multiplayer shooter from a brand new studio, it was not the most exciting way to end the Game Awards. Mm-hmm. But in our live reaction, I believe both of us looked at this and were like, you know, this looks pretty cool. Like, it's not how I would have ended the show. I don't think that was a good way of ending the show. And in hindsight, that was just an absolute terrible move for the developers themselves. But one thing we did say is that, you know what? Those devs had to pay Jeff a shit ton of money to get this spot. And that was kind of the whole thing going around. But like 2 weeks before release, we found out that no, they did not pay. I mean, they paid to be there, like everybody paid to be there, but they didn't pay extra to be in the last slot. No, Jeff played the game and he said, yo, I want this in the last spot. And Jeff, when all the hate was surrounding this game, talking about, oh, there's no marketing, oh, blah, 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 Jeff was doubling down. I'm like, bro, I'm telling y'all, this is it. And once I saw Jeff double down, my hype for this game rose. I was like, oh yeah, nah, this might actually be some heat. Like, I thought the game looked good. I thought it looked unique, and it had a lot of cool aspects that we don't really see in hero shooters or first-person shooters these days. And I was like, you know what? This is gonna be dope. But when Jeff doubled down, I was like, you know what? I know for a fact this shit's about to be fire. Like, Jeff, say what you want. Like, he knows ball. And I was like, you know what? I'm a trust in Jeff. In Jeff we trust. And me and Subeg were putting me and Subeg were hyping up Jeff in the Discord when they was already hated. And like, bro,
I hate people, man.
Yeah. All right. Where should we start with this? Should we start with our impressions? Should we start with our impressions first, or go into the controversy first?
I guess we could start. I say we start with our impressions first, to be honest.
So yeah, So we know that they had the presentation actually showcasing what the game is, kind of going over it, their 1-year plans, and really diving into what Highguard is. Right before launch. Like
10 minutes before launch.
And they did no trailers, no marketing outside of the
game's gone, bro. It's happening again.
Now,
fuck, bro.
I feel like
Windows.
Oh, you can't hear me? All right, I'm just going to continue until he gets back.
Are we here? Hello.
Yeah, you can hear me? No.
Bro, I don't know what's going on, dude. My connection is green. It's full green, so I don't know what's going on, dog.
It's cool. Well, I'm just going to run through
so good,
because I can still hear you. It's just that you can't hear me.
Yeah, it just freezes on my end.
Still comes through.
Interesting. Okay. We'll just try to fight through it.
Yeah. So I downloaded it right away. Played the tutorial during work, so I didn't really get a chance to go into a game. But I played through the tutorial while I was working. And immediately I was like, okay, it feels good. I mean, it's the creators of Titanfall and Apex. I really didn't expect anything less. Character movement feels good. Shooting, mantling the abilities. The character that they put in the tutorial, I think his name's Kai. His abilities were already really cool. He basically can turn his hand into this it morphs into a claw, like a beast's hand. He can break walls instantly, just one swipe. And then
he has the axe, right?
I think everyone has an axe. Everyone has an axe.
Oh, okay. Got it.
But he morphs his hand to this beast hand, and he can easily take down walls with only one swipe. You can do that with axes, but it takes way more time. Most time, if you're destroying a wall, you're gonna need a rocket launcher or whatever your heavy weapon is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, his abilities are pretty cool. And then he does a roar that can take out multiple walls in a building as his ultimate. And then they teach you you're also gonna be mining this resource that you can go to the shop and buy new weapons, armor, ammo, everything that you need. You can go to the shop with this currency that you mine. And the game is basically built in 3 phases. There's the basically the base reinforcement phase. That's the first phase. And that is just going to be you setting up reinforcements for the objectives that you want to protect at your base. There's 3 objectives at the base that you need to protect. The A generator, B generator, and then the heart of the base that I can't remember what it's called. But those need to be reinforced, and there are actually different types of bases. Every base has pros and cons, weaknesses and strengths, and then you just have to pick the one that makes sense for whatever game that you're playing or whatever team build that you have. So sometimes you'll be leaving the heart wide open, but then you'll have A and B kind of locked up tight. And sometimes you'll have moats that are filled with lava that kind of stop them from even they have limited access getting into your base in the first place. So I thought that was pretty cool. Once you start to figure out each base, that's kind of a strategy in and of itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But for the most part, I've just been going with the recommended for now, just because I'm still learning the mechanics of combat, the everything else. So I haven't really like dealt with the base, like choosing the bases and like seeing each one. I've just been going with the recommended and been kind of going from there. But second phase is the basically gear up phase. This is just going to be you going out collecting resources, the currency by mining or by opening up chests for guns, shields, perks. It basically all things that you're gonna need for when the shield breaker forms. And then there's the shield breaker forming section, which is they show the location of the shield breaker and you have to get into position so that you're ready to get the shield breaker before the other team. Then once the timer runs out for that, shield breaker is unleashed, and then that's when it comes down to who gets the shield breaker, and that determines if you are on offense or defense. So the shield breaker part is probably one of my favorites because it gets pretty hectic, and I love the like cat and mouse chase of it. So if you get the shield breaker, you have to make it to the other player's base with the shield breaker, and then plant the shield breaker on one of the ends of their shield so that you can breach and then be able to make it inside of their base and start heading towards the generators or the heart, and you have to destroy, like plant the bomb to destroy them. But if they get the shield breaker, then you have to intercept it. So that'll be like chasing them down on horseback and trying to shoot them off of their horse and kill them to take back the shield breaker before they plant the shield breaker into your wall. Because if they do that, you automatically lose 30 points, and they have a chance of destroying your base. Then once it's planted, that one plant can be the end of the game right then and there, or it can be a back and forth. But I love that aspect because you can literally end it in one go. Like, you can plant the shield and take down all three of their 2 generators and their heart, and that's the end of the game. Like 6 minutes, 6-minute game, just like that. But then one of the games I played last night was crazy because we would put the shield breaker in, and then we wouldn't be able to take down any of the generators or or the heart, and then we would end up like going back to the base, and then they would get the shield breaker, and then they would put it in, and like it was going back and forth until we both had 10. Like our base was at 10 health both, and it was basically whoever puts the shield breaker in automatically wins. Like it's over once they get the shield breaker in, and that was like a 20-something minute match. So depending on how balanced the teams are and how much pressure you're applying, the matches can go from like 7 minutes to like 25-30 minutes. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was actually pretty cool. So like I was saying, gunplay feels really good. Weapons, they're all pretty generic though. Like there's no weapon that's gonna be like, oh man, I've never felt anything. Like it's exactly what you would expect. There's a burst assault rifle, there's a fully automatic assault rifle, there's a slower but heavier punch assault rifle, there's a shotgun, there's a sniper, and there's a rocket launcher, a zipline gun. I think there's like a burst submachine gun as well. And that's kind of it. Like they're very generic weapons wise. And I feel like that's probably the biggest knock that I can give it, is that weapons wise, you don't really feel like there's any interesting weapons. There's just stronger versions of, like, as far as the loot goes, it's just the same weapons, but you're just getting stronger versions of each one. And it's color coded exactly like Apex, like blue, then purple, then yellow for the legendary. Now, I did pick up a pink weapon, which was even higher than legendary. I think that one was like a special, it was like a minigun, but I died so fast I couldn't even use it. So I actually don't know how good or bad, like how good that one actually was, or how different it felt to use those, how much more powerful it was. But yeah, at first, when I first started playing, I was like, it's like a lot going on, but it wasn't really, it wasn't clicking with me. But I think after like the fourth match, it really started to be like, oh, okay, I'm like, now I know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Because once the shield breaker shit started happening, I was like, I'm all the way in the field. They're at the base breaking through our shield right now, and I'm like not even paying attention to what's going on. But I feel like the gameplay loop in and of itself is actually really good and kind of uniquely put in, like the gameplay loop from the different phases are handled really well, and I actually like that aspect of it. I feel like that is a unique, like the game mode is very unique because it has like these MOBA elements of it. It has some Rainbow Six Siege. It has like Apex kind of battle royale style looting to it, but then it has elements of all of these, but doesn't really lean into being any of those at the same time. Like strategically, it doesn't feel like Rainbow Six. Strategically, it definitely doesn't feel like a battle royale like Apex Legends. It feels like its own thing in a way. Now, that could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on who you are, because as much as gamers like to say that they like to try new things, they also like familiarity, which is why you see so many people upset that it's not familiar enough. Like, oh, these maps are too big for 3v3. Like, I keep seeing that complaint, and I don't get it, honestly, because there's not one time that I've been playing this game and I felt like there wasn't enough going on. I did, like, the map is big, but you're also on horseback. The map only feels big if you're not on horseback. If you're running across the map on foot, that's the only time that it would actually feel big. You can make it from one end of the map to the other, and like from one base to the other in like 20 seconds on horseback.
Oh yeah, hella quick.
That's why I'm like, this is not a fucking battle royale.
A lot of movement mechanics too.
Yeah.
Like slide jumping and like all that, bounce, whatever they call it, like crouch jumping and all that.
Yeah. And
yeah.
When I see people saying that the map is too big, I understand. Like, I automatically think they played one match and kind of left it at that. Because like when you look at the map, it does seem big until you're actually playing it. Like when you understand the map, like, actually, no, this map is not really that big. So that's why I'm not understanding. It looks big, it looks wide. It's very wide in that sense, yes. But that's because it follows MOBA kind of sensibilities with kind of having different lanes, different ways to get to the other player's base, so that when you do have the shield breaker, you can kind of sidestep the enemies and get past them. Although they put a pretty big bubble around you when you have the shield breaker that kind of alerts that, hey, this is where the enemies with the shield breaker, like this is where the enemy with the shield breaker is. And their strategy to that, where there's a big bubble surrounding you, so to make sure that nobody knows which one of you has the shield breaker, is best to kind of stick together, because they don't know who to shoot. Like they'll have to shoot all of you to figure out which one of you has it. But you could also use the person with the shield breaker as a kind of decoy and have everybody pointing at them, shooting at them, and distract them so that the other two can kind of flank where the enemies are and take them out to give them an easy access to the base. And if you're on the defense, you can wait at the base for them to show up and take them out as they're approaching the base, or you can chase them down on horseback before they ever even make it close enough to the base. So there's so many different strategies for each phase. There's also, like in the gear up phase, there's a place in the middle of the map that has all of the best loot, but you also have the highest chance of meeting another player. And usually I try to avoid like getting into a fight in the gear up phase. I usually use the gear up phase, like, you know, I'll get my blues. I don't need purples in this phase. I'll get what I can, and then I'll go for a shield breaker like fresh. But there are some people who are gonna go straight for the middle. They're gonna be looking for a fight, looking for the best gear in that phase as well. So to me, this game has been a lot of fun. Like, I really started to get the hang of it last night, where I was actually hitting the top of the leaderboards on my team, getting like 14 kills, like 4 revives. I was like, you know what? It's starting to click, bro. It's finally getting to that point. And I started to realize the melee is not only for mining and breaking down walls, because that melee is actually pretty good if you use it correctly, and you can take out enemies. And it's like Halo, where a lot of the enemies, or I would say it's like Halo because it's a powerful tool that kind of confuses the enemies. But unlike Halo, everyone expects you to melee in Halo. No one expects you to melee in this game, and you lock the fuck on when you melee somebody. Like, you will do that Halo kind of, like, you'll leap towards them super fast and hit them. Yeah. And that kind of throws them off, especially when they're using like an assault rifle. And you can use that to your advantage. Like, I would melee and then move behind them and then melee them again, and then boom, they're dead. Like, I was chopping the shit out of people. And then I realized you can throw the axe. I did not.
Like God of War.
Yeah, you can throw the axe and it'll actually like set a trap that kind of lightning shot, like it'll shock them while they're passing by. So mechanically, gunplay is sound. The combat is really good. I wish the weapons were a little better, like a little bit more unique, especially when you get to like the legendary. I wish they had weapons that kind of felt different and felt unique. But as far as the heroes and their abilities, I've only played with 2, which was Kai, the tutorial character, and Condor, who is she basically can reveal enemy positions, and that's probably what she does. She's alerted when enemies are nearby. So she's one of the she's a great beginner character, because she alerts enemies when they're nearby, and she can mark enemies so that you can see them through walls. And then her ult is that she can turn into the Condor, and she can shoot these radius kind of wind bombs that blind enemies. and you can use that. You can shoot 3 of them and kind of use that as blind points so that you can either defuse a bomb or plant a bomb without being like spotted. So yeah, I like her abilities a lot, and I've been using her as kind of my beginner character, but also because one of the objectives for this week is to use Kai or Condor 10 times. So I've been using both of them for the most part just to get the hang of the game.
Hell yeah.
So all in all, I've been enjoying this game a lot. Like every match that I play, I understand the game better and get a better sense of the strategies that I can kind of apply to it, and like okay, I learned from something from the last game. Let me try doing this in this game. And I'm not the best, like I'm not the best shooter. Like I usually have pretty shitty aim, but the gunplay does feel good, and on controller there's just enough aim assist. Definitely not super strong. Like you're not just gonna Call of Duty body somebody. It just kind of locks on, but it is enough to kind of compete with someone who's on mouse and keyboard for sure. But I've talked enough. How are you feeling about Highguard from what you played?
Yeah, man, I played I want to say I've played 4 or 5 matches. I'm not really outside of the tutorial. I'm not really paying too much attention to what's going on. I'm just kind of trying to figure it out for myself, you know, as I do for games. But sorry, I'm feeling a little congested right now. But
good.
What's it called? It's good. The gameplay kind of immediately clicked with me in the tutorial. Like you're saying, I'm just gonna echo all the statements. Like the gunplay feels good. I tried it on the PlayStation 5 first, actually, just because that was just the one that was most readily available for me to download it on that morning. But it ran okay. I was lagging a little bit in the matches, but what's it called, in the tutorial and stuff, I wasn't lagging at all. It wasn't really dipping. The frame rate was keeping a pretty locked, it was pretty locked and stable for the most part, outside of when I was actually in the game and actually in the matches and stuff. So it's something with the netcode and stuff definitely needs work, but you know, it's at the very least it's inoffensive. I don't see much to hate about it on surface level, you know. That's the funny thing that I'm seeing on the internet, bro. It's just everyone's just hating on it and hating on it. I'm just if you think about it, it's free to play. There's no pay to win micros. It's relatively unique. The gameplay loop is actually something that I haven't played before, you know. It's not really something that any game has really done. I've seen people compare it to a game called Bed Wars or something like that, and I went to look up gameplay and I was yeah, it kind of has that concept with the whole base defending thing, but it's just, I just really like the fact that it's kind of put all these different kind of mechanics together, where it's there's the looting phase, and then there's the defense phase, and then there's the attacking phase, and then there's if you're the one that's attacking, then you're obviously on the back foot playing defense and stuff, and you're readying your base there. And then once the siege stuff starts happening, once the raid starts happening, it does get super intense.
Yes.
And the battles, it goes from very wide and open to being very tight knit and close and intimate. Yeah, and it's I haven't really felt like that in a game in a while. Maybe some Warzone energy, you know? It's dope.
It's kind of a battle royale in a sense, how it feels, where a battle royale feels very empty and wide at the beginning, but as the circle shrinks, it starts to get more intense and intimate, except there is no circle. It's more once that siege aspect starts to happen, that's where I feel the people who say that it should be like 6v6 or 10v10, that is not gonna work on the seat. Like once you get like in the open world part, that's why I feel like people haven't actually, like the people who are complaining did not play this game more than 2 games, because there's no way you got to the siege part of this game and played multiple times and said, yeah, 10 people would work great in this castle part. Like if you're gonna do 10v10, you're gonna have to pick like 5 people to siege the castle at the most. It's gonna, like, you can't have 10 people storming this castle. No,
it's too much.
You're not gonna be able to defend 10 people, even if you have 10 people at the ready. Like, it's not gonna happen. Now, obviously, you can make bigger castles, but then I feel like that just kind of makes a completely different game at that point.
Yeah, or a different game mode, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
and 3v3 works well. Like, I tend to not like 3v3 games in a sense, because I feel like 4 should be kind of standard. So I understand, like, if you want to say 4v4, I would get behind that. Like, I feel like an extra person can, like, it won't totally hurt the experience, but you can have that full squad, because most people have like a 4. Maybe not as we get older, but like most people tend to play 4v4 games and they want to be able to carry their whole squad into another game. So I understand at least that much, but yeah,
man. What's it called? I really like the fact that the guns have like different, like, you can put different scopes on them. Like you can have the one that's more zoomed in, or you can just have like the iron sights. I like that aspect.
Every gun has that, which is so cool.
Yeah, for sure. And I like the fact that you don't need to ADS. You're very accurate when you're not ADSing, which is something that I wish more games did, you know?
Yeah, very Halo in that aspect.
Yeah, for sure. And one complaint that I was seeing was like the whole like collecting resource thing is like tedious, but it's like, honestly, you do it really quick, especially if you like time the button prompts like properly. You're going through it, you're collecting the resources in a blip. Like it's within seconds, honestly. And I'm just like, I don't know, it kind of was connecting with me. Like,
I love that part.
Like, I'm not sick. What happened?
I love mining. Like, that shit was so... Once I started doing the rhythm part and getting the perfects every single time, that shit just started to click. I was just like, I just be mining for fun. Like...
Yeah,
but yeah.
It's cool, man. And it's funny because it's like, yeah, the map, people are complaining that the maps are so big, but it's like, if you fight in that looting phase, it's also pretty intense. Fighting, getting into combat in the looting phase, and even let's just say you're all the way up in like close to the enemy's base and looting and stuff, and you're kind of pushing up with your team, but your 2 teammates die. You're by yourself. Now you're fucking on your horse and darting back. You're like, nah, fuck this, and then they're chasing your ass and shit. So it's just like, it's like this cool ass game of cat and mouse. I don't know. I'm digging it, bro. I'm digging it.
Yeah, I feel like the in-between aspects are probably my favorites, especially when you're getting the shield breaker, or when someone like the other team has the shield breaker and you're trying to prevent them from getting to the base, because that's that like chase sequence that I really like. Now, I do have teammates that would just kind of, they wouldn't push with me, and that would piss me off. They go straight to the base as soon as they get the shield. I'm like, why are y'all at the base? We can take them down before they even make it to over there. Like,
yeah, facts.
But I love that chase sequence, and I love being like, I always try to get the shield breaker because I love being chased. Also, like, that shit is fun.
No doubt, man.
Yeah, there's the phases, all like every phase feels purposeful. Every phase feels like there's a way to strategize how you handle each phase, and I love that about it. the shops also upgrade. Like the loot in the shops upgrade every time a raid ends. So if you don't end the game in one raid, then the loot is going to be more purples, more legendaries. The shops will have a lot more purple and legendary. Bro, by the game that I said that we got to 10 and 10, nothing, the whole shop was legendary shit. And then that's when I saw that pink weapon that was beyond legendary. It was like a minigun, and I was like, yo, like a lot of people haven't even experienced that because they never made it that far into a match where it's so close that you're starting to get, I don't even know what they
like everyone's getting like bangers.
Weapons. Yeah, like everybody has legendaries, everybody has bangers, everybody has legendary shield. Like that was the first game I even seen legendary shield. I didn't even know that existed. I thought purple was as high as it goes, and I was like, oh shit, we got gold armor. Like, so the more balanced and deep the game goes, I feel like the better the game gets. Like it starts to get wild.
I agree.
But like you said, at the minimum, this is an inoffensively like decent game, which is why seeing all of the takes and hate for this game makes zero sense. And just the hoping from everyone that this game fails. And the craziest part is that this is all because of a trailer being shown at the Game Awards in a different position than they liked.
Yeah.
Which is just fucking crazy that this game would probably be doing a lot better and people either wouldn't care or they would be pleasantly surprised to find out this game exists. And this all happened because Jeff liked the game so much that he wanted to put it in the final spot. And I'm not saying it in a bad way as to Jeff. Like, it's his show.
No, it's not an indictment to Jeff. Yeah. It's not.
But it's just, it's so circumstantial, the hate that we're seeing for this game. And because of the hate from the trailer being shown last, it became a grifting situation where now everyone's bandwagoning the hate and trying to pile on. Like, is this the next Concord, bitch? Anyone who even remotely compares this to fucking Concord deserves to have their fucking channel scorched. They should not be able to speak on
They're
social
tourists.
Media. Like,
those are the gaming tourists, bro.
Yeah, like Concord was a completely different situation where even though like I saw Concord and I said, you know what, this game looks pretty decent. I'm cheering this game on. Then I played the game and I was like, I rescind everything that I have said about this game. I still bought it. I still bought that shit because guess what? No matter what, there are certain, like, especially when it comes to these multiplayer games, because I'm
you support them, man.
Yeah, I'm tired of Call of Duty. I'm tired of Battlefield. I'm tired of Overwatch. I'm tired of Apex Legends. I'm tired of Fortnite. Even though I play Fortnite almost every day, I'm still tired of Fortnite. I want to see some new blood come in and take shit over. Now, I tried Arc Raiders, and I'm probably still going to end up picking up Arc Raiders at some point. And I was like, you know what? Arc Raiders isn't for me. Like, when I played the beta, it wasn't clicking with me personally. But I will never, you haven't seen me come on here and bash Arc Raiders and try to hate on its success or anything. I'm like, yeah, I'm glad that Arc Raiders exists. Like,
honestly, this might be a tough take, but I think Arc Raiders is more generic than Highguard.
Bro,
honestly,
nobody's gonna say that. But look, this is the thing. Like I said earlier, gamers will pretend that they want something unique, and they want to experience something so new and fresh that they've never experienced before. But that is a lie. That is a total lie, and we all know it. Everyone wants the same experience that they've already experienced before, just in a slightly different package. That's what they actually want. Battlefield 6 was doing great, and people love Battlefield 6. And did Battlefield 6 do anything new for like, no. You know what, the newest thing that it did was try to be Call of Duty, just slightly. It slightly tried to be Call of Duty, and guess what? People love that about it, because people love the feel of Call of Duty. No matter how much people will try to say that Call of Duty's dog shit, it's washed, and is like not everyone, but the feel of Call of Duty.
Call of Duty feels great.
It feels great. No, I don't care what anybody says.
No complaints about that.
You can talk about the kind of similarity going in from game to game, like the lack of any kind of
innovation,
but there's a reason that people come to Call of Duty and only Call of Duty every single year, and that is because that feel has not been completely replicated, and it feels fucking great to play.
Oh yeah.
And even like Halo, to a certain extent, has a certain feel.
Oh, no doubt.
Like, people play like, oh, Splitgate is Halo. Like, it feels like it don't feel enough like Halo, and I feel like that's part of the reason that Splitgate keeps coming back and dying. Like, but like,
yeah,
there's a certain feel to Halo, even after adding sprint and all these other things. Like, Halo Infinite felt like Halo, whereas Splitgate did not. It didn't have it. So there's pros and cons, but yeah, people want something that feels familiar. It's always been the case. Apex Legends blew up. It did not do anything different in the genre except be a more fast-paced battle royale that you've already experienced before, whether it was PUBG, Fortnite, or Warzone. You already played it. They just added a new coat of paint, some hero shooter elements, and then call it a day. If you wanted something actually like new and fresh, then I can't even think of anything in the shooter genre that would match this.
Bro, dude, because even Overwatch is like Team Fortress 2, you know? Like,
yeah. It was
come
Team Fortress 2
bro.
and a little bit of MOBA in it, some League of Legends in there. And
even Deadlock is like something mixed with something, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
it's always gonna be something familiar mixed with something familiar equals, oh, this is so fresh and new. And I love that. You'll never see me, like, I feel like we've said before, all you gotta do is combine two games that we love, and that's the most unique and original thing, and that's all we like.
Oh.
If you want something new and fresh, then guess what you would have to do? You go play another genre that you don't play, which is a lot of people won't even do that. Like, if it's not an RPG, an action RPG at that, because there are people who won't even play a damn turn-based game.
Okay. I know you're hearing me. I apologize. I'm just gonna restart my PC real quick and see if that fixes it.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Continue.
One sec.
But gamers, y'all don't want anything new and fresh, and it's okay. There's a reason that certain genres dominate and certain genres don't, because they're doing the tried and true that gamers love over and over again, and they're basically enhancing those aspects that people love, maybe throwing in some stuff from other genres, but you don't want something that actually feels new, because when it feels too unfamiliar, then y'all are like, oh, hold on, nah, this is bad because my favorite game did this, and this game does not do that, so I don't like it. And I will say that is I can say for sure, like me, Death Stranding is one of those games where I see it and I'm like, yeah, this isn't doing XYZ that I'm used to in games, and what is this walking mechanics and all this, and like, guess what, like that's my version of that. So it's not something that I'm immune to, or like I'm saying that I'm not a part of this. Like we are all like this when it comes to certain things. When it comes to like Dark Souls action, I don't like the slow and methodical gameplay. I'm used to the Ninja Gaidens, I'm used to the DMCs, and I'm used to those character action games that are a lot more fast-paced, more flashy. So when I played Dark Souls for the first time, I was like, yeah, this combat fucking sucks. This is garbage. Who is gonna sit here and play this slow-ass game? And why are the enemies fucking one-shotting me with these shitty-ass attack patterns? And I came around to it eventually. Like, Elden Ring was one of my favorite games, one of my most played games. So eventually one of them got me. Wolong I also liked a lot. But as a whole, I'm not that big of a fan of the genre. But I can at least understand why. Now I can understand why people like it, because I gave the games enough of a chance that I'm like, okay, I came around to it, I understand it. But yeah, man, Highguard, the situation with Highguard is probably one of the dumbest controversies that I've seen in gaming in so long, because the only reason that everyone is dogpiling on this game is because Jeff gave it the final spot at the Game Awards. That's it. It doesn't make sense, because no one's like, actually, let me bring this up. So the Steam reviews were mostly negative right out the gate for this game. An hour after launch. Make that make sense.
I'm back.
Yes, sir.
Come on, work with me, work.
I'm talking about the Steam reviews being negative 1 hour out, like with the game out 1 hour in.
Yeah.
Nobody can judge a game after 1 hour. Maybe at least not this type of multiplayer game that has all of these systems. Mm-hmm. Now, let's actually but there's someone who compiled all of these reviews based on their playtime, and let's see how this played out. Yo, did this motherfucker delete? Hold on, actually, I clicked the
No,
wrong
I think he hasn't updated one.
Yeah, that's what happened. I have to actually click on the link or it's not gonna work. All right, there we go. So 24 hours after Highguard's launch, the Steam reviews are mixed beyond 1 hour played, which was mostly negative. So 42.5% who played less than an hour left reviews. 47% played more than 2 hours. 9% played more than 4 hours. So let's see how the reactions for each one go. So what the people who reviewed after 1 hour gave mixed reviews, which was mostly negative at first, but now it's just mixed. People who played for 2 hours plus, also gave mixed reviews. The people who played 4 hours plus gave mostly positive reviews. And the people who played 5+ hours gave very positive reviews. So that is in and of itself should tell you that a lot of this discourse is because no one wanted to give it the time to actually learn the mechanics, learn the feel of the game, because it was too different. And different is bad because you can't compare it to something else. And when you can't compare something, it's kind of hard to give it a fair shake in 2 matches. 3 matches, like 4 matches. And that's the sad reality of it. Like, you can see it here. The more people played, the more positive the reviews were. Now, when it comes down to it, you can not like the game after a few matches and just say, you know what, this doesn't feel like it's for me, like, cool. But if you are gonna be that person, why are you also bashing the game, like, in 3-4 different tweets, going under people's replies, talking about how bad the game is, going on your YouTube channel to make a video on why this is the next Concord, and just finding any reason to bring this game down as much as possible?
It's twofold. The reason's twofold. It's one is because of all the things you said, and the second reason is because fucking Jeff Keighley backs it. And
yes.
and the gamers got a hate boner for Jeff Keighley, so.
Which I can understand that, like.
Yeah, but
because in 2024, you know me, Astrobot. Oh, Jeff Keighley loves Astrobot. Jeff Keighley let Astrobot win. Obviously, I wasn't directing all that to Jeff Keighley, but I was an Astrobot hater. But guess what?
No doubt.
I put in way more time into Astrobot than any of these motherfuckers who have put into fucking Highguard, who are hating right now.
Dude, we both gave that game the best chance we could have gave it.
And
like
that was the game before launch. I was the one who was like, yeah, bro, Astrobot is the best PlayStation game. Like, and I got that shit at launch. And I was hyped for it, and then I was like, yo, this is a great platformer. Is it Mario? No, of course not. This is like a good 8 out of 10. And then I saw people going crazy with it, like, yeah, this is the greatest platform I ever played. And I was like, what are we doing here? Like, then I saw the game, like the 93, the game of the year, and I'm like, bro, come on. And you know what? You know, I played the game. I like, before I even started my hate train, I had at least 10 hours into the game. Like, I was far as hell into the damn game.
Yeah.
I did not go on day one and be like, you know what, this game is not all that. You know, and before release, I was definitely not talking about this game is dead on arrival. You know, this is just Concord 2.0 in a platformer sense. This is just Bubsy 3D, like, on steroid. Like, no, none of that shit was coming out of my mouth. So that's where I'm at when it comes to, like, I love to hate. You know me. I have a whole podcast dedicated to hating. Like, Project Entitled, that's what it is. It's really just a hating podcast. That's what we do. So I have no issues with people hating, but if you gonna hate, back it up at least. So,
bro, the people that comment on Project Entitled be hating too. Me too, included.
You know, the fans love to hate. We love to hate. It's, you know, I love spreading hate, but there's a time and place for all kinds of hate. And if I'm gonna be a hater, I gotta have some objectivity, unless it's Death Stranding, because I just be blind hating on Death Stranding. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have no kind of, like, backing for that one, but it's cool.
You gotta give it a full chance.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I downloaded Definitive Edition or
Let's go.
Director's Cut.
Let's go.
So we gonna
bro,
see.
I think you're gonna like it, man. Just give it a chance, bro. Think of it like this: it's Breath of the Wild, but with Kojima.
Yeah,
that's think of it like that.
We gonna see it. But like this like, the controversy around this game has only pissed me off, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Every time I be seeing these tweets and YouTubers, and, like, that shit pisses me off to no end. Because this team did something, like, if this was, like, the fact I keep seeing another generic hero shooter, nigga, where? Where is the generic hero shooter? I feel like the hero shooter elements of this game is probably like the smallest aspect of it. Because I haven't seen anyone just pull out abilities that have been like, damn. It hasn't been like a, oh shit, it's Widowmaker situation. It hasn't been like a, oh, everybody move. This motherfucker's about to do his ult and it's about to be crazy. Like, yeah. The hero elements are so subdued, but still very strategic. Yeah. That it's not like fucking Marvel Rivals when you hear pew, so you're like, yeah, get the fuck out of there, bro. Like, yeah. It's so subdued compared, just like Apex, because Apex in itself has hero shooter elements, but they're very subdued and strategic.
It's about the gunplay.
Yeah, it's all about the gunplay, and then just at the end of the day, like your skill as a first person shooter player will shine more than your skill with that character.
Facts, yeah. Bro, and the movement feels so good in the game, like sliding around. Like, I was one of the matches, I was like, let me just try the shotgun out. And I was literally just sliding around, shotgunning people, just like trying to get as close as I can. And you're right, like it really does throw people off when you're like super aggressive, like charging at someone, like, you know, or like even like trying to like dodge them out of the way and like getting close to them. Like, it really does freak people out. I don't know, I like the game, man. I still have it downloaded, still gonna play it.
And I was getting really good at shooting on horseback, and that is also a skill that you want to pick up, because when you're just zooming around on horseback and you can be accurate at the same time, that'll throw people off. Gotcha. So like some of the last matches, I was just chasing down motherfuckers on the horse, just shooting them, and that was really helping when they would pick up the shield breaker and they were trying to run back to the base. Instead of just like waiting and camping for them towards the end of the base, I would actually be chasing them on the horse and knocking them off. But yeah, there's a lot to love about this game, and there are some critiques, like the performance. Even though I'm getting over 60 on PC, like I'm barely hitting over 60 on PC, where I feel like a lot of people are used to hitting the 120, 150, 240. Like, they're used to getting
in FPSs for sure.
Yeah, crazy FPSs in these games. And this game does not look good enough where it would warrant it being in the 60s for me, honestly.
No, I agree.
Call of Duty gave me better performance on Ultra, and that game looks pretty fucking AAA. Like, I think I was hitting 90s on Black Ops 7 in multiplayer. So I will say, like, performance, and I've heard on consoles it's not that much better either. If anything, it might be worse than what I was getting on PC from some of the people I've heard.
It does dip down from 60, but yeah, I would say mostly it's a network issue.
Let me see what else I would say is a criticism. Like I keep saying the guns. I just wish the guns had a little bit more pizzazz to them.
They feel kind of generic in the gun aspect. Yeah, very.
I haven't played enough with the other characters to give my opinions on their abilities. So I really, although that fucking girl who goes invisible, she be fucking me up.
I do think that if they do want to attract like maybe a more casual audience, an audience that has like no attention span, they should add like a team deathmatch, like a very casual mode, something where you can just hop in, just like kind of just shoot around and stuff, and just horse around, I guess.
Horsing around, Bojack.
Highguarding around, yeah. But yeah, I think it being just one game mode, yeah, I think that could be a negative for sure.
Yeah, it would be good if they had at least another game mode, kind of like, or I haven't got to ranked, but I would hope that like ranked has more game modes than this, kind of like how Splatoon is just turf war until you get to ranked, and then you have Rainmaker and the one with the fish that I forget what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
But if they have other game modes, like other game modes would help a lot. But yeah, I do feel like maybe they should have had at least like a... No, I feel like it would have been worse if they had an early access, honestly.
I just think the way that it was showcased really fucked it. I do think that Jeff is like 80% to blame.
Yes.
Honestly.
I feel like
the way he showcased it, not him like just living, obviously, like just the way that it was presented, like if it was like what we originally said when we watched the show, it should have ended with fucking Mega Man, or it should have ended with something else.
With the Star Wars game, that would have been the hype one that everyone, and it could have went right before the Star Wars game, and everyone would like, no one would have gave a fuck. Everyone was like, oh, that looks cool, or oh, that doesn't look like it's
whatever,
for me.
Free to play shooter. I'm not there.
Forget about it and ignore it, and then it wouldn't be in the ire of the people. But since it was the last game, that alone had people pissed off for 3 months, by the way. For like a whole month. They have been...
Not 3 months, yeah. Just literally like 6 weeks.
Month. Yeah. Okay, when is... Yeah, the Game Awards is like in the middle of December. So it's been like 5 to 6 months. I mean, 5 to 6 weeks. Yeah. That these motherfuckers had just been waiting for this opportunity to trash talk the game. And guess what? The journalists are half to blame also, because they kept bringing it up. Where's the marketing for Highguard? It seems they're not confident about the game. It might be delayed. It might be canceled because of the backlash. Like, they kept bringing this shit up, and it like this the whole thing. It feels like the whole industry is against this game in a way that we haven't seen since like Redfall and Concord, like, again, and everyone wanted this to be the next Concord, because guess what? Even the fucking industry people want games to fail, because guess what? Negativity breeds clicks, breeds, like, they love negativity just as much as these fucking trolls online. They just make more money off of it, honestly. Like, and y'all know who the fuck y'all are. You know, Insider Gaming was on that train, because I kept like, nobody was talking about Highguard after the first announcement, and here you go, Insider Gaming. What's going on with Highguard? Where is Highguard? Highguard hasn't had a trailer, like hasn't updated in 3 weeks since the announcement. Oh, it's about to be 2 weeks. Highguard's about to be out in 2 weeks, and we haven't gotten any information. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
There's so many other games that you could be covering right now. Like, bro. But
yeah, I honestly think, because I watched that thing, and then I watched the Game Business interview. I think that's the company, the Christopher Dring guy. I think I watched his interview.
Industry.biz.
Yeah. They even said their original plans was they wanted to just drop it. They want to just drop it, like they did with Apex.
Yep.
And they should have stuck with that. I don't know, man.
This game,
all good, I guess.
Like, this game is literally a hit. I don't care what anybody says. This game is the game that would be a hit in any other scenario. In any other scenario, this game would be, it would have a player base, it would have potential to be a hit. And literally because I don't want to blame Jeff, because when you think about it, him trying to spotlight a small game from a new team, like a new IP from a new team in the final spot to give it the most exposure it
and something that's actually coming out, something that's about to come out
soon. Like, no, like, he didn't do anything wrong in like where he was coming from.
Yeah, but I agree with you.
It backfired so badly, and like, I don't want to blame Jeff because I know where he was coming from, and I know when he played it, he was like, "Yo, people need to know about this," and I feel him, like, because like it would have just been another sequel, another remake, another something in a already well-established franchise, and that's what it's been every single year. Like, and people cheer for like shit like Monster Hunter Wilds in the final spot. Like, I felt like I would rather see something like this than fucking Monster Hunter Wilds or the fucking 8th entry in whatever franchise.
Yeah, like, it's funny because I'm saying like it should have been something else, right? But we weren't upset at it. We weren't upset at the game. Like we're like, oh, like, okay, you know?
Yeah, it was anticlimactic, but the game looked good from the first
Bro, I'm
trailer.
honestly, after playing Highguard, I already know I'm gonna like this more than Mega Man. That Mega Man game. Like, come on, like, and I'm sorry for all the people that are waiting for a Mega Man game for fucking years, but like, that ain't it. That ain't what we want from Mega Man. We want something AAA. We want something fucking great. Like,
wait, are you saying you want something new and fresh from Mega Man? That's crazy. But
I don't know. Actually, I don't know if that's what we want.
The same Mega Man game we've been getting for fucking 3 decades, but you know, God forbid we get a multiplayer shooter that doesn't feel like one of the archetypes of shooters that we've been getting. But I digress.
Yeah, and the main difference between like all what the journalists are comparing it to is those were paid games. Redfall was a paid $70. That Redfall was Xbox's first $70 game, and Concord was PlayStation's second gas game that they were trying to put out.
Yep.
After Helldivers, so it's like paid as well. So I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it.
But
feels so forced.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing I can say about all the controversy, that it's just forced. Like, every aspect of it has been completely forced, from media, content creators, and just miserable people on Twitter as well.
Bro, dude, no, and like the juxtaposition, bro, is crazy, because it's like the thing that actually kind of mattered is a team saying that they didn't before release use, you know, these tools and all that. They didn't use no Gen AI and all that, and lying to their customers, and then the customers finding out that no, they did use it, and then them retracting those statements. That's much worse than what you know, what's going on with Highguard, you know? But that got subdued in the fucking gaming journalism space and all that, and the whole gaming industry space. Like, bro, this shit is fucked, bro. This shit's rigged. No.
Bro, what are you saying? Are you trying to come at the game of the year 2025?
Rigged.
They could do no wrong whatsoever. They've never done anything wrong. They're the little indie that could. They did it all right, bro. We don't know.
I can't believe it, bro. I can't believe it. It's unbelievable.
But it also stems from a fight that we've been fighting for a long time, which is the hate for multiplayer games in general from the industry and from the hardcore gamer who wants nothing more than to see the entire industry go single player only, which I still don't understand. And I remember I made a tweet like, Synth Potato, I like Synth Potato for the most part. Like, you know, I'll be retweeting that shit, and I'll be like, but Synth Potato is also everything wrong with the content creators and industry as a whole when it comes to the single player versus multiplayer. Like every week, this motherfucker's like, this is your reminder to stop playing those multiplayer games that you hate so much and go play some single player greatness. Here's some Red Dead Redemption 2. Here's Witcher 3. Here's Cyberpunk. And I'm like, bitch, Like,
the same 4 games too.
I hate single player gamers more than anything in the world, because guess what? Multiplayer gamers be minding their business. They be minding their damn business. They be minding the fuck out of their business, and people just hate them for nothing. They be minding their business, playing with their friends. They get off work, load up Call of Duty, load up 2K, load up whatever game of their choice, and then they be enjoying themselves. They be hating themselves when they losing. They get mad. They be like, yeah, man, fuck this game. I'm never playing this game again. They get right back on it. And guess what? Why do y'all care so much? Is it because these games are making money, and like the single player game that you worship made like a quarter, a tenth of that, and y'all are upset about this? Like, I don't understand why people just won't, like, they have to put down multiplayer games to make single player games look good, even though single player games win every award. They get the highest Metacritic scores, and like, is that not enough for you guys? That y'all have to go out of your way to make sure that people know that, hey, single player games is the only games. Multiplayer games are not real games. They're not good. Go play some single player. Like, bro,
multiplayer games are slop. Single player games are goated. Like, single player games can be slop too.
At the same time, they'll go behind and be like, yeah, anything playing with Gen AI is slop. But also, Clair Obscure Expedition 33 is the greatest game of all time. Yeah, shut the fuck up. That's all, like, I gotta say for you guys.
The juxtaposition, bro.
But yeah, we spent a lot of time. I knew this was gonna happen, but yeah,
Damn, it's already 3. Holy shit.
We gotta move on to the other topics, bro. Because I had so much that I had to get off my chest with this shit. Because
it's good.
Like, everything I've been seeing online has just been pissing me off to no end. But you know what? You know, as a hater, you know, sometimes the hate gotta catch up with me, and then it gotta be something that I like that gets hated on. So it is what it is. It be happening like that. But let's get through some of these quick topics. Go through them real, and then we still got the Dev Direct. All right, bro, we gotta
zoom.
We gotta zoom. So let's get some of these. All right, let's just get the Dev Direct over with. And we're just gonna talk about the individual games, but let's start off with the surprise. Let's talk about Kiln.
Oh, yep.
Now, how did you feel about Kiln? I know we watched it together and everything, but it's been some time. How are you feeling about it after 6 days since the last, or since the event?
So it's funny because I really do actually like being in the live streams and joining up, because it's like the chatter is so much more funny like in real time than actually just watching it. And then when like later on, when I actually get to sit down and like focus and watch it, I could actually like be immersed in it and stuff, and I could actually soak it all in. Like it's 2 completely different experiences, you know, and it's awesome, and I love it. But yeah, I actually think that after going back and watching Dev Direct, because I've watched it 3 times, I think this is the game of the show for me. This is the game of the Direct, honestly. Just with the way that it was showcased and how much love that they put into like the way that like the build up into it and stuff. Like, I really liked it, man, and it's such a unique idea. It's another one of those like this is what you want from developers. You want developers making cool, unique shit, you know, even if it doesn't like click, even if it doesn't connect, like in the end, like you want them to try, because like you never know, you know, like it's just I don't know. But I really liked the way that they showcased this game, and I really like the fact that there's like what they say, like over 1,000 different combinations of characters that people can make and stuff. So that tells me it's like, yes, like it's very unique, and it's very like to the person. It's very individualized, which is awesome. And it being multiplayer, this just means it's more people will play it. I think when we were watching it, I said like, oh, this feels like a Game Pass game, like a game made for Game Pass, and like after watching that does still feel true to me. Like it feels like it's like, ooh, like just download it. It's on Game Pass. Like let's play it together and shit. And like, who knows? You might just get hooked. It's like another one of those like 33 Immortals types, you know, like you just hop in and you never know. You never know if it'll click with you or not. And yeah, man, I really like it. But yeah, what about you?
Yeah, this is definitely, like, when I was watching it the first time, I was like, this is a great looking game. Is it the best surprise that we could have gotten in a dev direct? Like, it's not Ninja Gaiden 4 like level, like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. But honestly, when I think this is like on the level of a Hi-Fi Rush for me. Like, it didn't hit as hard as when I saw Hi-Fi Rush for the first time. I was just like, yo, like it just instantly clicked. Like, yeah, this will be Ghostwire's best game easily. Like, I can just see it.
Tango, you mean?
Tango, yeah. I don't know why.
You're good. That's their game. That's their game.
Ghostwire is the game, not the damn studio. But Tango, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be Tango's best game. And the shadow drop definitely helped. Like the shadow drop of it, 100% like increased the hype at least twofold. Yeah. So this not shadow dropping kind of takes a little bit off of the hype out, because we're used to shadow drops at this point at these directs. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, Hi-Fi Rush, and really that's it. But honestly, the creativity behind this, and the fact that they've been prototyping this game since like 2017, like because I watched the original Amnesia Fortnite where Kiln was shown off. It looked like a completely different game than this. But when you think about the 1,000 combinations of characters that you can make and how they all have different abilities depending on what you sculpt, and how it can automatically tell what you're sculpting based on the size and shape and everything, that is some fucking intricate ass work that's being put into this game. Yeah. Which is fucking cool. And yeah. I love. They
said in the direct it's like three different like types of creator like games put into one or something, right? Like I forgot what verbiage they used, but it was something like that.
But I'm excited about this game. After the direct, we were picking which game we would cover. I instantly was like, yeah, Kiln, that's for me. Y'all can have Fable. Y'all can have what was the other two?
That's hella funny. Forza Horizon and Beast of Reincarnation.
Yeah, I think RK got Forza. No, wait, what did he get?
No, Mahmoud got.
Yeah, Mahmoud called Forza. Yeah. You called Fable. I called Kill. Yeah. And then nobody called Beast of Reincarnation. But I think Flame is interested in doing Beast of Reincarnation, so sure. We'll see. So everybody got their dibs, but as soon as Mahmoud called Forza, I was like, hell nah, I need to call Kiln before anybody else does. So yeah, I'm very excited about this one. But of course, the surprise in of we don't really know much about what we're gonna get. Beast of Reincarnation, and we saw it before at the June showcase. This was a game that was originally from Private Division and Game Freak, but Private Division went under. And then who was it? Who picked them up? I can't remember the publisher now. Someone picked them up, and now Game Freak is.
Well, Xbox did.
I don't think Xbox is the publisher.
Are they not?
I don't think so. I did an article, and I remember it was someone else, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
Is it day? All these games are coming to PlayStation and
Yeah.
all that, but that's day one to PlayStation, right?
Yeah, day one.
Published Fictions, I'm seeing.
Yeah, Fictions. That's what it is. They're a newer publishing studio as well. Publisher. But this one I went into with the lowest expectations, and when we watched it when we were watching it together, I definitely had lower, I felt lower on the game than once I went and rewatched it. I ended up being a lot higher on the game after watching it the second time. I do like a lot of the world and the gameplay mechanics. The first Hokage kind of wood bending that she's doing, and gameplay, even though I still don't like the slow, methodical Souls-like style of gameplay, it's winning me over. I like the platforming kind of aspects. I like the command prompts with the wolf. I love that shit. So I'm coming around to it. I'll most likely play it on Game Pass. It's not like my most hype thing ever, but I feel like it's worth giving a shot. The world was the first thing to sell me for sure. Like, I love the world. I like the enemy designs. I like the wolf and the main character. But yeah, I'm a little bit more excited than when we recorded the live reaction for sure. But how are you feeling about it?
This, I'm still not like entirely like, oh yeah, this looks fucking amazing and shit. Like freaking, what's his name? Dova?
Yeah, Dova Targaryen.
Yeah, like he was hella glazing this during the stream, which was funny. But
King said that this was the game of the show.
Oh hell no. Over even Forza Horizon, they showcased that game in a pretty great way. I think. And Kiln? Nah. King, I don't know about that one, bro. I don't know. But I feel like they're just saying that because it's Game Freak, and Game Freak's connected to Pokemon and Nintendo. That's literally the reason why they're saying that.
Once they told him that this was Pokemon, like the Pokemon, he was like, oh, nah, we can't give them props.
Oh, for real? That's hella funny. That's hilarious. But I like the idea. I like the world concept. It feels like very Ghibli inspired, Princess Mononoke inspired, which I like. As you were saying also with the Hokage stuff and the elements and the trees and nature and the spirits and all that stuff. So very Japanese, spiritually rooted for sure. But yeah, I mean, it looks interesting. I wouldn't mind maybe downloading it and checking it out if I'm on that Game Pass.
Yeah, definitely if it wasn't on Game Pass, I would probably never play this game until it was like $10, $15 maybe. But with Game Pass, it's on there as a I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna give it a download, sure. As long as it don't come out and something else is more important is on the list. So yeah, Beast of Reincarnation, not offensive at least. Now, the people's champ, the one who's never let us down before, and most likely won't let us down in a sense, in an overall package. Like, even if it is just Forza Horizon 5 in Japan, that wouldn't be a bad game. But, I've been looking for something a little bit more from Playground when it comes to Forza Horizon. And I don't think this showing really gave me the sense that we're going to get something more. But at the very least, I think one of the aspects that was kind of new is how you start off the Horizon Festival. Like, you're not already a member of the Horizon Festival, and you're not even a rookie at this time. You're just a tourist in Japan who kind of stumbles on the Horizon Festival and then it's like, oh shit, what's going on here? You know what? Let me get in on this. I see these cars, I see them racing and all this. Let me join in on this as a complete outsider, a bystander. And that's cool. Like, is that gonna change how the gameplay flows and everything? We'll have to see, but at least there's some semblance of change there. But we didn't really get into events. We really didn't get into like how the map, how the progression, all of that stuff is gonna happen. So it wasn't the deep. I mean, for the most part, none of these, except for Kiln, was like super deep dive. Actually, Beast of Reincarnation was pretty deep as well, but both of the Playground games were kind of surface level in what they showed. So Forza Horizon 6 is kind of like a easy one to sell people. It's like, hey, did you like Forza Horizon 3 through 5? Then you're gonna love this. And they know that. So like, it's like, hey, let's show off the graphics, let's show off some cars, let's show off Japan, and boom, that's enough for almost everyone, like, honestly. And that's how I felt. I was like, yeah, of course this isn't gonna be a bad game. I'm gonna play it day one. But is it the evolution of Forza that I've been waiting for? We still gotta see. Well, how'd you feel about Forza?
Yeah, this surefire hit. This is gonna be their freaking 90 plus. This is gonna be their money maker. This is gonna be the game that like is the no doubt like home run for them.
For sure. But how did you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, I love Forza Horizon, and the game's still great to play. I still actually have Forza Horizon downloaded. On both of my on the console and the PC. So, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be there day one regardless. I'm not gonna pay that $60 premium for it for 5 day early, but I'll be there for that. I guess day 5 Game Pass drop.
Yeah, and I will say, like.
And I might buy it on PlayStation down the line.
They did announce that Toge battles were going to be a big part of that. The racing down Mount Toge, which is iconic Japanese drifting, the drifting scene going down the mountain. So I'm glad that they at least mentioned that, because it didn't seem like they were showing a lot of drifting gameplay, which is what I was hoping to see. I was hoping to see some fucking like a shit ton of drifting scenes and nighttime scenes. It was still very Forza daytime, happy-go-lucky, kind of like very happy environments, no grittiness to it, which when I think of like the Japanese underground racing scene, nighttime, neon, drifting, that's what I was waiting for. And we didn't, even when they were showing the Toge battles, it was still daytime, and I'm like, bro,
yeah,
like, come on, man. But I know, like, the Horizon vibe is always gonna be that, even when they go to Japan. It is what it is. Now, soundtrack. Y'all better not fuck that up. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all better not fuck this soundtrack up like y'all did.
Nah, you already know that shit's gonna be dog shit, bro. You know it's gonna be bad. Come on now.
At least get some fucking Lisa. Get some fucking I can't even remember the motherfucker's name. Get some Miyavi. Get some Japanese artists that's gonna put some fucking bops on that radio station. You better get Deja Vu running it. All the initial D soundtrack better be entirely in the game. Like, don't play no games. But yeah, Forza, surefire for sure. All right, but the one that was the headliner and the one that people wanted to see the most, for the most part, Fable. And I feel like for the most part, people were very positive on this one. There have been some who feel there was too many missing aspects, but I also feel like this was not a deep dive into every single mechanic that's in the game. And when we see things like this, I hate when people like get on a game for not showing something, and they feel like the absence of it in this one section, like this one showcase of the game, means that it's not in the game. Which, like, bro, this is the first deep dive of gameplay that we're getting. They're not gonna show off everything here, and they purposefully really didn't go into any kind of story details outside like the overall premise with the Cult of Shadows or whatever it was called, and really they didn't even go deep into any of that either. But how did you feel? And then let me just go over the new information that kind of came out afterwards, and then we'll go into Fable. Let me pull that up real quick. I might not have. Hold on. One second, guys. 1 second.
Wait, what game are we talking about again?
Fable. I was just trying
Fable.
to get. There you go. So here are some of. So there was an interview that was done by IGN, and then also the Xbox Wire post that happened afterwards. We got a lot more tidbits about what we can expect from Fable, and a lot of it was really good, even though they didn't actually show any of it in the direct. So one, every single building in the game has an interior, and you can enter every house. Love that, off the rip. You can rob any house if you wanted to. You can buy every house and every business in the game. All NPCs are handcrafted, no procedural generation was used. All NPC personalities, daily schedules were handcrafted as well. There are 1,000 NPCs, all named, voiced, and designed to be unique. You can get divorced, married, of course. Reputation system is more involved than previous Fable games. An action can satisfy one NPC but make another one hate you, which they kind of showcased in the direct. The reputation system also doesn't impact the entire map. What you do in one town won't suddenly be known in another town across the map. The world is smaller than what you get in a Forza game, as it's built for much slower exploration. Obviously, you're not driving 400 horsepower vehicles. You're driving 1 horsepower. The horse. And then density of content was prioritized over sheer size, which allowed them to ensure every building interior is detailed and handcrafted. Love that. Fable runs on Forza tech, which obviously, ton of hard work had to go into making sure Forza tech can handle things as basic as cinematics and questing, but it is the engine they prefer to use and decided to invest into it. There is no dog companion. They didn't have enough time for it, but they are not ruling it out as something they can do in the sequel. The game is a real passion project for Playground Games. It's been in development since 2016, 2017 to some level, and the entire team was built from Fable fans. They're not talking about the story yet. Have refused to confirm whether or not the original trilogy is canon or not. So yeah, those were the details from the interview and the Xbox Wire post that happened afterwards. So, how are you feeling about the showing of Fable in the direct, and then like all the information we got afterwards?
Yeah, I don't think they really showcased this game all that great, to be completely honest with you. It's interesting because it's like they talked about the questing, and they talked about how like there is a little bit of choice and consequence, and they gave one specific example, right?
Yes.
But they didn't show us. They didn't show us like the connecting points. Like they didn't show us us going to the character and getting this dialogue about maybe what's going on here, and then like the connecting it to the traversal, to getting there, to the combat, to the, you know, the reward, to the afterwards, and then maybe going back and then getting like scolded by your wife or some shit, you know? Like they they didn't give us nothing that connects each component together is what they didn't show us that. They told us that.
Yeah.
And I think that's the issue. That's the issue with how they showed this game. But I love the what they're aspiring this game to be, because it's innovative. They're not just trying to make something that's already been made. They're trying to make something that's new, you know? They're trying to make something that's like different. I don't know. I love it. I love these ideas.
Yeah. For me, like exactly what you were saying, the showcasing of the game versus what they were saying never really matched up, except for like the social sim elements, like the social sim elements that have always been a staple in Fable. That's really the only times that we really got to see that in action in game. So like the reputation system, seeing some people, like you buy a property and then they like the things pop up above your head where it's like rich mogul, and then you'll see someone who hates rich people, they hate moguls, and then they showed her like they literally called you a rich twat, and they're like, yeah, this person thinks you're a rich twat, and it's like, and it, like that's the elements that we got to, and like they showed someone who was a beggar that you put out on the streets because you evicted him, and they think that you're heartless. And I love them showing off that aspect. I feel like this showcase was more about showing off the little things that differentiates Fable, the franchise, from something like The Witcher 3. Because my biggest fear going into Fable, Playground Games' Fable, is that the trailers that we saw only made me believe that what we're getting is just going to be The Witcher 3 with Fable's name attached to it.
Sure.
And that was my biggest fear going into it. But everything that they said and everything that they showed me the little things that they got right that made this game feel like Fable, which is being able to buy the properties, being able to hire and fire, evict, and house all of these NPCs. Every NPC being an interactable character that you can marry, you can make your enemy, you can do all of these things. Like every NPC feels like a unique character. That was, now I mean there are games like Skyrim and all these other games that have done this, but I feel like Fable,
systemic systems,
like Fable really makes you feel like each of these characters are their own character, like, and not just a character you can say hey and hi and like buy stuff from, and that's really about it. It's like you can make jokes with them, you can fall in love with them, like they can fall in love with you, they can hate you, and it's like not every game does that to the extent that Fable does, but they've taken it even further, which is what, like, I understood that I really wanted those features, but I wanted to see how they evolve those features. And the reputation system, the morale system, that really drove home, like, yeah, they have evolved what Fable is to match what a modern era Fable should be. The fact that there is no more black and white morality, there is no just good and evil, which shout out to Hoglaw, because he had a great point where he did say like the whole point of a Fable is that it's supposed to teach you a lesson about what is right and what is wrong, and it is supposed to just be a black and white story. So Fable not being a black and white like good and evil story doesn't really make sense to be called Fable. And like on a technical aspect, I'm like, yeah, I like that. I understand where he's coming from, but honestly, like, it's a title at the end of the day, and I like the juxtaposition of there is no good and evil in this game. There's no right or wrongs. It's just how people perceive it, how you perceive morality, and everything is gray area, and that's literally how, that's life in general. Now, obviously, everybody has their senses of good and evil. Like there are some things that a lot of people will be like, yeah, that is just that's evil. Like there are obviously some things that I feel like there should be things in this game where everyone should just be like, yeah, no, that was just evil. Like there's no, unless, and then there's just like this little cult of people who are like, yeah, I love that shit that you just did. I love that. But I like the whole gray area morality that they're doing here. I feel like a lot of games don't fully explore that idea. It usually is pretty black and white. Even like Mass Effect is Paragon or Renegade. When it comes to, what are some other choices and like the Telltale games, you're either a dick or you're
Infamous.
The Infamous. It's usually been pretty black and white. And then there's like the in-between kind of choices, but they're usually just like, they're more pragmatic. They're just kind of, you're not really picking a side or, but it's never been like those dilemmas where it's like, man, do I, like, how will I look to this certain person or these people versus, I guess, like factions and Fallout kind of fall into that, where you're kind of having to make choices that'll either benefit one faction and hurt another one, and they'll look at you differently, but then you have to kind of choose between the factions, like something like that. But this is like the whole world of Albion, and it's not just one, like this whole faction will love or hate you. It's these individual people will love you, but then some of these ones will hate you for it. Like I like that. How'd you feel about the combat that they showed off? Because I feel like out of everything they showed, even though they didn't show a lot of combat, they showed enough where you can really get the feel of how the combat flows, and you were actually able to see the UI during the combat to see like, you hold RT, press Y to do certain abilities. Like, how'd you feel about that?
Honestly, it kind of felt a little bit like Hogwarts Legacy-ish to me. Like, that's kind of the first thing that I got from it, like how like the character moved around in combat and stuff like that. But I do really like that it's not a Souls game. Yes. I really do like that it's like I think they described it as like a light and heavy attack button combo game. So it's like, I'm sure it's probably gonna be like square and triangle or like X and Y. And then you can like press and hold it for different moves and actions, and then with the right trigger, holding it down and then pressing one of the face buttons does like your special move and stuff. I liked it. I thought it looked fun. No complaints on the combat end for me, for sure. I thought it looked smooth.
Yeah, and they showed off a lot of things that looked really good that I wasn't expecting, like being able to shoot an enemy and take out their legs and they just fall to the floor. That was, I love when games do stuff like that, which a lot of games don't. I hate when I shoot someone in the leg and they don't react like I shot them in the leg. They act like I shot them in the body. Like, that shit pisses me off. Or like when he was fighting the fucking ghost with the lantern, and then you have to aim for the lantern to like stun them, to stagger them. And then I like that there's a stagger gauge in general. I love stagger gauges. Gives me Final Fantasy VII Remake vibes.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, then like how impactful the spells felt when he she threw the fireball, and you just see him like get blown back. I love that. The lightning strikes felt really cool and cinematic when she did that, or he did that. I don't actually know which character did it, but whatever character. And then I just like how fluid it looked when they were going from melee combat, then switching to the crossbow, or doing melee combat and switching to doing a fireball. I've always loved games that give you that seamlessly switch between melee, ranged, and like special abilities or spells or whatever it is. I love when they have all three in one character and you can just kind of seamlessly switch between them. So yeah, I was digging the combat a lot. Trying to think. But yeah, there's still a lot of aspects that I would want to see that would really drive home the Fable-ness. Like demon doors haven't been shown off. That's a pretty big, important aspect of Fable. They're basically the Breath of the Wild shrines of Fable, except they're actually like lore. They're pretty imperative to the lore of Fable. They've been in every single game. And
so they're kind of like mini dungeons.
Yeah. And you usually have a puzzle that you have to solve just to enter the demon door. And they have most of the best loot in the game usually, outside of like the big main quest weapons and stuff like that. So they're an important aspect of it. And I feel like that's a must for it to be a Fable game, because it's been in every single game. They've been some of the best kind of side content because it's always different whenever you reach one of the demon doors. They never really repeat themselves. It's always like something new that you have to do for each one. I always love that aspect. So if they're going open world and they just, let's do 120 demon doors and that's like the Breath of the Wild shrines, I would fucking love that. Like that would be hype as fuck. So if they can pull off something like that, that'd be cool. What else would I like to see? Like Flame, in his article, he was saying like flourishes and weapon augments. He's hoping to see those again. And I'm like, if the combat's good, I really don't care if I don't see weapon flourishes, because weapon flourishes or like flourishes, they were like a means to an end to make the bad combat, or it wasn't bad combat, it was just very basic combat, to make the basic combat a little bit more flashy, a little bit more impactful. But if the combat is great without flourishes, like I don't care if flourishes don't come back. I do like weapon augments. Weapon augments were pretty cool. They were basically like talismans or trinkets or whatever game you put it onto your weapons, and then like the higher level weapons will have different, like even more slots for you to add these augments to it. We didn't really see the skill trees or the will, might, and skill trees. So I do want to see if those return. But yeah, other than that, it showed me all the aspects that I wanted to see, that made me feel like Playground understood the assignment of what Fable is, and not just generic action RPG number 7. Like,
yeah.
So I'm excited.
The moment that I realized that, like, yeah, this the presentation for Fable did connect with like general audiences was when I talked to my homie Timmy, who is like he's a casual gamer. Like he plays Stardew Valley and like fucking the finals. Like he plays the most casual, like free to play shit. And then like Marvel Rivals and shit, you know, like Overwatch. He plays the most casual shit. And then and I was just in the Discord, and like he joined, and he was like, yo, did you see Fable? And I was like, what the fuck? And then he was like, yeah, he was like, it feels like AAA Stardew Valley. And I was like, that's an interesting way to put it, I guess, you know?
Yeah.
But
I guess
he was all like, I think it did the thing again, but he was just excited about the whole, like, you know, the whole community aspect of it, where it's like you can like take over the NPCs and like, you know, marry them and like, you know, raise kids and all that shit. Like, he really liked that aspect of it. But yeah. Hopefully you heard what I said.
Yeah, I heard everything. Yeah, that's a good way, because when you think about Stardew Valley, it is like, hey, every villager is a unique person. You kind of grow with them, you bond with them, you learn their stories, and that is like one of the big aspects. Like, obviously farming and going into the caves, dungeon diving and all that is a big part of the gameplay, but really people fall in love with Stardew Valley because of the characters and like that sense of community. Now, are you going to get the same amount of depth for each character as the Woody characters in Stardew Valley with the 1,000 characters in Fable? Probably not. But I do think that you'll get more depth with these 1,000 characters than we got with any Fable before it, like the characters in any of the Fables before. Because I think Playground, I believe in Playground that much.
Bro, it just looks sick, man, and I love new ideas, you know. I love and it feels like they're actually really respecting Peter Molyneux's vision. Yeah, it feels like they're trying to realize that, and that's awesome. Is that
they're not even they're not really doing new ideas. They're doing what Fable did, but like doing it how you would expect them to be done in 2026. Which is way more systemic on a higher scale, because this is a full open world game with 1,000 NPCs instead of like hundreds in Fable and in the original 3 games, and the morality has been enhanced to, especially like in a world where literally you can't even have black and white opinions on anything anymore. Bro, if you want to be sane.
And I'm also like really honestly okay if the game gets delayed because of the scope of it. And like you could even think about it like how like those water cooler moments where it's like you never know, you might walk into this house that's like just like on a cliff or something, and there's a little family in there. You just fucking like do the little entanglement in the little family, you know, fuck up their whole family vibe up in there, and then they break up with their husband or wife or whatever, and then like that's a whole little story to itself.
And then afterwards, you just leave them and like divorce them right afterwards. It's like you just fucked up this whole family for no reason, just to be a dick. Like, there's gonna be so many moments where. And that's gonna be the best part about this, is like sharing your story of Fable with somebody else. And I want it to be like, my experience with Fable is completely different to your experience of Fable, and that's gonna be great if they can pull that off.
Yeah.
But how did you feel about the direct as a whole? And then we'll move on.
It was good. It was good. None of the games felt the same as each other, which is nice. That's always really great to see. Each of the games, you know, completely different genres, completely different vibe. As I said in the Discord, I really do think that during the Double Fine segment, they should have you know, hindsight's 2020, but they should have done Keeper so much better than how they actually did it, man. Like they should have like shadow dropped it during that after killing, and then they could have been like, oh, look at this little cool thing, you know, maybe even just spend like less than 5 minutes on it and just be like, it's out now, play it. Like,
and Craig Duncan even kind of admitted that we you know, we might be having to get away from stacking our games on top of each other. which I hope they really learn that lesson and they're not just talking like man. Xbox likes to talk. But hopefully Craig Duncan is a doer, because he seems more like a doer than a talker. So
I agree. And yeah, he even said that they're going to be more consistent about the PS5 ports and the ports to other platforms and stuff, which is obviously good for the platforms. But yeah, man, bad I think it was
us who still want to keep things as is.
Not bad for us who want Xbox to invest in their own ecosystem and their own platform. But yeah, it is what it is. The games looked good. Good to great. None of the games look bad. Honestly, none of the games look bad, which is good. There could have been, like I said, little things that they could have done differently, but it was good. It was good. I'm sticking with my 7 out of 10 for this one.
Yeah, it's a great lineup of games that felt like the biggest ones could have been showcased better. Like, we've had 10 out of 10 directs that I've given where I don't think the games are as good as the games that we have here, but they showcased way better than the games that they showcased at this Dev Direct. Like, I don't think anyone's gonna be like, yeah, South of Midnight definitely is gonna be South of Midnight is a better game than Fable or Forza Horizon 6. And it's not that South of Midnight is a better game, but it showcased in the direct way better than both of those games. Like, it was able to sell people on what South of Midnight was. And I don't feel like, I mean, maybe it's because Forza and Fable were already most people were already sold on what those two games were. South of Midnight kind of had to do more to sell itself, and it did a really good job of that. But yeah, they could have showcased these better. I feel like the presentation wasn't the best that it could have been, but everything they showed was good. So I have no complaints on the games themselves. But I'll go with an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I bumped it up from a 7.5 after watching it a few more times.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Still killing game of the show for me.
Kill him. I'm still gonna call it kill him.
kill him.
All right, with that, let's move on to another topic. Let's get some quick ones and then we'll get into something a little bigger. Let's talk about Kirby Air Riders, because it just got a new update, version 1.3, that has added game share. So now you can game share with friends online and local. So if they have Switch 2s, you'll be able to play with them without them needing a copy of the game, which is awesome. They added a new game mode, Grand Prix, which is available for air ride matches and paddocks. Players will participate in multiple races where the winner is determined by overall points. So very Mario Kart. This wasn't even in the original game, so this is pretty cool to see them add something that's
dope. Yeah,
really kind of gives people something that's more familiar if you're a fan of Mario Kart. New rule set. Sub-in series is now available in paddocks. This allows for continuous matches while subbing in players. So basically, kind of like, you have a bunch of players, like more than 16 inside the paddock, and you want to be able to, like, oh, these people get to race this time, but then we'll like sub out some players and then put in other players so that everybody gets a chance to play. That's pretty cool. 2 players can now participate in paddocks and quick matches from a single Nintendo Switch system. So now you'll be able to, if you have a local co-op partner, you can go online and join a paddock and play online with everyone, with 2 players. And the popular search condition in the buy section of the machine market has been changed to random. The transform stars bike type form can now be edited in the My Machine apply. So now with the transform star, which is the one that goes from like, what do they call it? Air, I don't remember. The bike type and the star type, you can customize both of them individually. And then previously when swapping to a vacant machine or stealing a machine while your special could have been triggered in City Trial, your special gauge would decrease. Now the special gauge will be maintained, so you will still be able to trigger your special after swapping to or stealing machine. Okay, you can now delete individual records for each machine and personal best. Lock-on range when swapping to a vacant machine in City Trial has been adjusted. City Trial, you can now tilt the left stick down or press the down button to discard a copy ability without triggering your special. The version is now displayed in the lower left corner of the screen after crossing the finish line in Time Attack. I guess the game version, so that you can see, like, oh, his record is from the 1.0 version where they could still do some cheap shit. It wasn't adjusted. So I guess that's cool for the Time Attack people. Withdrawing or otherwise disconnecting during an online match in a friends only paddock will no longer subject you to penalties. All right, so yeah, that's everything from the update. Pretty substantial. Game share, big one. Especially if you're trying to convince someone to play this game who's never played Kirby Air Ride or has no investment in Kirby. I feel like that's a pretty good way to get somebody to invest into the game. And then the changes to the paddock, being able to play on one system, yeah, some great changes there. I'm glad that, I mean, obviously Sakurai is not just gonna abandon the game right after launch, but glad to see some pretty substantial updates coming for it. But yeah, how you feeling about it?
Hell yeah. Yeah, I actually didn't expect this because I thought the team disbanded for the game, but that's cool that they're still updating it. And yeah, I'm gonna get back to it one day. I'm in my Switch 2 backlog right now for sure with the Legends I'm gonna go back to DK 2, playing the ball pit. But yeah, no, Kirby, I'll get back to it someday.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they'll need a big crew for these updates. Pretty sure it's just like a little skeleton crew that's hanging back and just adjusting to player feedback and stuff.
Yeah.
But of course, Sakurai, along with a majority of the Bandai Switch teams, are on their way to Smash. They're in the heat of making the next Smash Bros. So don't expect any DLC or anything for this game, at least. All right. Sticking with the Nintendo Switch 2, a very unfortunate thing for a big third-party game. Dispatch will be censored on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch, which makes no fucking sense. When I was literally playing Cyberpunk 2077 and had my dick hanging out, dangling everywhere. And also The Witcher 3 has sex scenes that aren't censored, and yeah, I don't understand their criteria for what gets censored and what doesn't, because they literally allow hentai games. They allow more nudity than PlayStation does in 99% of titles. Like, PlayStation censored Doki Doki Literature Club's blood. Like bloody scenes where the blood was fucking black ink. But that was not censored on the Switch 2, or sorry, on the Switch version. So like, both of them have the most ass backwards like censorship clauses. It makes no damn sense. But this game's like scenes really make the game what it is. Like it would not be as funny or as cool for those scenes without the nudity, especially like the first scene in the game where there's literally you're fighting this guy and his dick is like flopping around and it's like this whole action sequence and you just see his dick everywhere. Like that.
That's hella funny.
Yeah, like that makes that scene. That's just gonna kind of like it's making it an inferior version for sure. I wouldn't play this version, even though I've already played the game.
I immediately what's it called? I immediately
pre-order.
No, I didn't even pre-order it. It was on my wish list. I immediately took it off my wish list.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it. It's not censored on PlayStation, right?
No.
Okay, then that's probably where I'll just buy it then.
But yeah, stick to the Steam version, stick to the PlayStation version. Having it portably outside the Steam Deck would have been cool, but not like this.
Yeah.
Not like this. Free the tits, free the dicks. Bro,
Thanks.
They have literal hentai on the eShop that comes every single day, and somehow this is the game that they decide, nah, we can't do that. Is it too much dick? There a limit to the dicks, but not to the tits? That's where I feel it. I think it was the dick, bro. I think Nintendo might be they might be homophobic, bro, you know? They might have been like, yeah, y'all can freeze the tits, but as soon as we see some dicks flopping around, that's where we draw the line.
But they're supposed to be woke though, now that they have the chick at the...
Are we blaming her? Maybe you know, this their first command. Oh no, we ended that right today. Dispatch, nope. None of that is happening over here anymore. Damn, we gotta boycott Devin. It's over already.
That's hella funny.
I'm just playing.
I know. This is just unfortunate though, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about a game that we've been waiting for forever. But it'll surely be worth the wait whenever it does drop. And that is Judas from Ken Levine, the legend, BioShock creator. And Judas got a preview talking about a lot of the new aspects for this project. And shout out to Okami for compiling all of these into one tweet. So Ken Levine's most reactive game yet. Decide exactly how to proceed with the story, who to trust, and how to deal with the consequences. Characters will respond to your exact sequence of actions down to the smallest detail. The system took 5 years of R&D to develop. The villainy feature is a system where depending on how you act towards characters, they can hate you, like you, then hate you again. Due to the villainy system, it's impossible to please everyone. One of the characters will become your antagonist. We're really eager to see players experience that and see which of our characters become fan favorites. They wanted to build a Judas simulator and really place you in the character's shoes. Levine says development is progressing well, and the team is heads down on their next milestone. They recently dropped a dev blog with more to come soon. Then as we approach launch, you can expect trailers among other announcements. Very Nemesis system kind of sounding like a Nemesis system working around the Nemesis system. And even like it being called the villainy system, it literally sounds like they're just trying to make their own Nemesis system. But I love that. Like, no matter what, one of those characters will become your antagonist. Kind of like the Nemesis system at the end of Shadow of Mordor. The enemy that kept coming back from the grave. The one who just really fucking hated you. That finals, like when you finally feel like you finally killed him, he's not coming back. That final scene at the end of the game where he shows up as the general of the final army that you fight, you're like, yo, this motherfucker's back, and he's stronger than ever. Like, yeah, that is sick. But I'm loving everything I'm hearing about this game. Obviously, the gameplay looks very BioShock, and I love BioShock. If Ken Levine said, I'm gonna stop making BioShock to make BioShock with a different name. Like, cool. I'm okay with that. So yeah. I'm happy with everything that I'm hearing. Did I just go offline? Are you here? Subeg? Oh no. Subeg, can you hear me? Oh shit. It's over. Is it me? Is it me? Did I just disconnect?
Okay, we're back.
Okay, well, yeah. I'm like,
I feel like it's happening like every 30 minutes, bro, or some shit, dude.
No,
or like every 20-ish minutes.
That one was actually me, because when I was trying to search Judas gameplay on YouTube, it was like, it wouldn't go through.
Bro, it's Windows, dude. It's Windows. It's the AI that's writing this trash ass code, bro. I'm telling you.
So yeah, I think everything should, it's loading up now. Okay. But how you feeling about the new info that we got on Judas?
Yeah, this sounds sick. I really think like it's gonna be one of those games where it's like replayability is the main thing. You're gonna want to like continually try to play this game in different ways, which I like. And it kind of sounds like the way that what's the Clockwork Revolution guys' names?
In Exile.
Like they're saying like there's gonna be like 30% of the content in the game is just gonna be content you're never gonna see, unless you go back and play it, and replay it. So, I love that, and this sounds sick, and it makes sense why this game has taken so fucking long to come out, because it seems like he's actually doing something other than just trying to tell a very immersive and cool story.
Yeah, but. Like just now replaying the trailer from last time, and then seeing the little showcases that they were showing off all these different characters. Now it's like, oh, these characters that we're showing, I'm gonna be able to befriend them, and I'm gonna be able to make enemies of them depending on who it is, and I might try to make them my friend, but then by befriending someone else, that's gonna ruin my friendship with them. And like it's starting to come together, like, oh shit, yeah, this is gonna be dope. And I like how eccentric these characters look. They look very out there. But yeah, shout out to Ken, bro. Shout out to Levine. Shout out to his brother Adam Levine from Maroon 5. Like, shout out to all the Levines. Do you think Judas is coming out this year? Yeah. I'm gonna give him 2027. I'm gonna give him 2027, bro.
I'll say that too.
I think 2027 is the year of Judas.
Bro. Judas drops the same day as Horizon Zero Dawn 3 or whatever.
I love that.
Or it drops on the same day as like Intergalactic or some shit. That'd be even crazier. Oh man. But yeah, nah, not this year. Yeah. Not yet.
Not yet. Alright. Let's talk about Nintendo. We actually have an assortment of Nintendo topics, and I believe, you know what? I'll save that for the end because I just want to quickly get through these other ones. So let's talk about the death of physical games. Let's fucking go. I've been waiting for this my whole life. We got GTA 6. Take Two. This might be the end for physical games. I never thought that it would be GTA that does it, but yeah, it's gonna be GTA. GTA 6 may not have a physical version on day one in order to avoid spoilers, a new report claims. Take Two may hold back a physical release until after the game is available digitally. Now, now look. physical boys, they'll say if there's no physical version, it don't exist. Look, if PC people would bend the knee and get a whole console just to play GTA, just so they don't have to wait for GTA 6, a GTA fan will not wait for that physical version. I will tell you that right now. They go, bro.
I'm not waiting for it. I'm not waiting for the physical.
Think about how many times. All right, if you are a PC only gamer, you will get that console version. Now, I don't know how this would ever happen, but say you're a PC only gamer and a physical collector, which makes no sense, but you will double dip by getting the digital console version, then you'll get the physical console version. Then you go get the PC version.
Yeah.
And if you're a Nintendo fan, like if you're a portable Nintendo fan, also you gonna get the Nintendo Switch 2 version when that happens. That is 4 times that you're gonna double dip in one generation, mind you. Because when the next generation happens and they're like, oh, here's the enhanced next gen versions of GTA 6, well, double dip again. Bro, Rockstar know what the fuck they doing.
Bro, no, and no doubt there's gonna be a PS6 fucking next gen GTA 6 SKU, bro. No fucking doubt it's gonna be there.
And it's not gonna be a free upgrade. It's not even gonna be a $10 upgrade. It's gonna be a full. You gotta pay $70. I mean, they did do $10 enhancements for the Series X
for the PS5
and PS5
Series X,
version.
yeah.
So, like at the beginning of the generation, it wasn't really established, or like the Xbox One and PS4, it wasn't established that there was like upgrades. So maybe because upgrades are like standard now, maybe you won't have to buy the full version.
It's still gonna be paid or something
yeah,
for
but
sure.
You got to pay something. You have to come off some bread.
And that's not even counting like the people that might like buy it digitally on Xbox and then might buy it physically on PlayStation, or like might even triple dip on like the 2 different platforms that it originally launched on, you know, like someone might, you never know, like someone might just buy it on Xbox and PlayStation digitally and then buy the physical copies on Xbox and PlayStation and then buy the physical Switch 2 copy and then the Steam. Yeah, man, they know how to make money over there.
Yeah, we make money over here. That's what we do. We make games, but we definitely make money. But I thought this was hilarious. I was like, damn, physical boys ain't. Yeah, I see this first comment. He said, this is foolish. It will heavily harm sales records if they don't release on both formats. I absolutely will not buy it digital.
Not at all.
His name is fake, and we know damn well he faking right now. He gonna be sitting at home, no midnight lunch. The midnight lunch gonna be in his game room, in his bedroom, in the living room, wherever he at. That's where the midnight launch is for GTA 6, and he gonna have that shit pre-ordered. Like,
bro, you might be right about this end of physical thing. Because what if it's like it does break all the fucking records, like Ooga Booga records, like unbelievable records, like and LeBron then getting the most amount of points records, and then they just think like, oh, maybe we shouldn't even launch the physical,
NBA 2K
and then it's
comes
done.
Out, no physical, and then what else did Take-Two make that actually sells? Actually, I think that's it. Damn.
Yeah,
shit,
I
what
love
do they
think
have?
that is it.
Because they Mafia ain't selling no more.
No, actually, they said that Mafia sold surprisingly well for them.
Okay. Nobody's buying PGA Tour 2K, whatever the fuck. Yeah. But you know, what if EA's like, you know what, FIFA, we don't need to do physical for you. FC, Madden, we don't need no physical. Did you see GTA 6? Look how much money they save while not having to distribute shit. Well, what happens then, bro? You know what I mean?
It might be. It could be. Fuck, man.
The hay. Wait, what is it? The needle? No, the hay. No, the straw. There it is. The straw that broke the camel's back. I'm forgetting my damn proverbs.
Or it's like the sword that plunged into the fucking hearts of the camel. But
yeah. Who knows? plus it's a rumor, so it's not like it's confirmed that it's gonna.
I kind of believe it though. I kind of believe it.
It makes sense if true.
I could see like them dropping it in November and then being like, yeah, the physical's out in December something, December 20 something or whatever. You know?
All right. Let's talk about third-party games on the Switch 2, because we had a list of the best-selling third-party games of 2025. And what do you think were like the top 5?
The top 5 of 2025?
Yeah.
On Xbox or?
Yeah. Listen, give me just a second.
Okay. Top 5 games of 2025. I'm just assuming that this is just everywhere. Oh wait, no. Top 5 on the Switch 2, was it? I don't even remember, but shit. Top 5 on the. If it's top 5 on the Switch and it's third parties, then I think it's like Star Wars Outlaws is probably up there. Hogwarts Legacy is up there. Hogwarts Legacy is probably number 1. And then like the sports games, I would probably say, if it's on the like third party support on the Switch 2, I believe that's what he said. But yeah, if it's like overall just like top 5 best-selling games on the Switch 2, like not like including Nintendo stuff, then there's probably no third-party games on there. But yeah, that's what I think about that. And yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
No, you good. You said top 5 third-party games on the Switch 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so I said it was probably Hogwarts Legacy is on there. I said that I feel like Star Wars Outlaws is on there, and then like the rest of them are the sports games.
Okay. You got the sports games, right?
Oh.
But the top 5 was number 1, Cyberpunk 2077. Madden 26.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, Madden 26, FC 26, Street Fighter 6. And then Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh.
But Hogwarts Legacy was 6th, so it was right there.
Huh.
Then Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4, Sonic Racing Crossworlds, Guardians of Ozma, Rune Factory, which I'm so happy to see that on there, and NBA 2K26, which I'm surprised that wasn't higher. But yeah, that was the top 10 for the third-party games on Switch 2. So yeah, Cyberpunk really was kind of the showcase game at the beginning of the year, so that would make sense that it was number 1. But the sports titles doing well.
They're doing a killing there.
Yeah, I played Madden during the free trial that they had, and I was like, yeah, this is definitely Madden. Like it's 30 FPS, but it was still fun. So, yeah, man.
For sure.
Good to see third parties of all kinds doing.
Did you link this? I'm trying to find this.
No, I didn't actually put the link because I wanted you to. But I'll link it.
Oh, off top. Gotcha.
I wanted to see.
Damn.
What you
so, Star Wars. No Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah, no Star Wars Outlaws.
Wow.
Even though I feel like that was the most famous port that we got.
Oh, and it happened again.
But yeah.
Oh.
All right. Well,
man.
Let's wait for him.
We love Windows around here. We absolutely love it.
I don't think his Windows. I feel like it might be me.
Nah, bro, it's Windows, bro.
All right. But yeah, for the most part, Tony Hawk being there might be a little surprising, but
Tony Hawk.
I'm super happy that Rune Factory got some love because I didn't think it was doing that great. But Rune Factory has always been like a Nintendo first. Like on Steam, it wasn't doing that great, but Rune Factory has always been like a Nintendo staple. So it makes sense that it broke the top 10 on there. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, shout out to the third parties on Switch 2.
Sonic Racing Cross Worlds.
Yeah, sadly that's on there. All right, we got 2 more topics. Sorry, I literally have maintenance here to fix a leak in the sink. So,
you're good.
Is banging on the door right now. Let's see. All right, final 2 topics. All right, Dragon Ball fans, stand up because we just got a new game announcement. And I thought this was going to be like some mobile game or some shit, but it's actually a pretty substantial new game that seems to be something of like a Xenoverse style game.
Nice.
And this is tentatively called Project Age 1000. It does not have an official title, but it's going to be featuring a never before seen original character by Akira Toriyama, including more characters that have never before been seen, more elements / settings packed than any other DB game in the past. It's been in development for 6 to 7 years with Toriyama's involvement, and official title soon to be announced. There was a short trailer that showed off this new character, and no gameplay or anything, but it's basically Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 and what we've seen. Most likely it's gonna have time travel, going back and someone's destroying a timeline, you're going back and fixing that timeline and all that, so that is basically what Xenoverse is. But yeah, man, Toriyama was still heavily involved in this, had characters, and it seems that this might be officially the last Toriyama game that we get, because we thought that Sandland was going to be that, but it seems that this was still in the works while Toriyama was still alive. So,
hell yeah.
How are you feeling though? Did you get a chance to see this trailer?
I didn't get a chance to see the trailer, but just hearing the way you're speaking on it sounds pretty ambitious. It sounds like it's not just another arena fighter, which is great.
Well, we'll see about that. I mean, Xenoverse was an arena fighter with RPG elements, so we'll see if they deviate from that.
Hopefully it's more like Kakarot. I like Kakarot.
Yeah. Hopefully even better.
Sure.
But I still feel like a lot of people will enjoy this game regardless. The new character, I guess not the coolest looking character ever, but definitely Toriyama vibes. But yeah, I'm excited about this. I love Xenoverse 1. Xenoverse 2 just felt like more of the same, and I really did not get super invested in it, so I feel like it's been long enough where if we get another kind of Xenoverse style game, I might actually be pretty excited about it. And it seems like this is going to be coming out in 2027, so yeah. But another aspect about the Age 1000 thing that a lot of people are overlooking is that Age 1000 is actually the timeline or the year that Dragon Ball Online was set in. And this was far into the future, from like Goku, Vegeta, all of that. This is far into the future from that. And Age 1000 is what time period Dragon Ball Online took place. And there have been like games and even like Dragon Ball Super who have like taken some kind of lore from Dragon Ball Online, but now it seems like they're just going all in on the Dragon Ball Online, like canonity. Is that a word? I don't know. but I never got a chance to play this because it was basically Japanese only, and like you have to have the translation and all that, and I was not savvy enough back then to do that. But yeah, a lot of fans really like the lore and story implications of Dragon Ball Online, so it's cool to get a full AAA release that has that in there. But with that, there was a bunch of other Dragon Ball announcements. Dragon Ball Super is returning, Galactic Mission, or whatever the fuck it was called. There was a lot that was happening. There was like a whole Dragon Ball event. They're remaking Dragon Ball Super, which that was like, what the fuck? Dragon Ball Super came out 10 years ago, bro. Like, yes, the animation was bad, but come on. Doing a remake of a fucking anime that came out 10 years ago is crazy. But who knows? Not the worst thing in the world, at least. All right, so let's get into the final topic. Let's talk Nintendo.
Yes, sir.
Starting with some of the smaller stuff. So Nate the Hate had his prediction of what to expect from Nintendo in 2026, and it has some big games on there, but none of those games are as big as the Direct that we will be getting tomorrow, which is Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. Oh my god. Can I just say RIP to every Metroid fan out there, because y'all got a 5-minute overview trailer before the release of Metroid Prime 4, and Tomodachi Life fans, we getting a whole 20-minute direct for this game about Mii's. Like, I feel sorry for y'all. Y'all just get shafted every chance, But
20 minutes too for a Switch 1 game.
Yes. Now, it makes sense why this game is getting the 20-minute direct when you look at the sales numbers, because it sold like 7 million on a 3DS, but But yeah, man, one of my favorite games that I really never saw ever getting a sequel, and boom, here we are, full sequel for the Switch, and I'm very excited about this. So I will be there. No, I probably won't be able to live react. It's too early. I'm gonna be working, so no live reaction for this one, but I'll definitely be talking about it on Saturday and writing an article, of course, got to. But we also had the deep dive into the Super Mario Wonder Switch 2 edition, which basically went over the non-multiplayer aspects that we kind of already knew was gonna be. Like, people were like, oh, this Switch 2 edition is only focused on multiplayer. Like, we knew that there was going to be more than just the multiplayer aspect, and they did show off the basic kind of expansion side that showed kind of like a new campaign where you are going to the same stages, but the Koopalings have kind of taken over, and you have to go across the same map doing different challenges to take on the Koopalings. So, and some stuff for single player gamers as well. So if you're not interested in the co-op and competitive aspects, they still have a lot of new content for you as well.
Yes.
But did you get a chance to watch the overview trailer for that?
For Tomodachi?
No, Mario Wonder.
Oh, Mario Wonder.
Switch 2.
Switch 2. No, I did not. But I am not entirely all that interested in the multiplayer stuff, to be completely honest.
Yeah, but they showed the single player stuff, the new expansion for the single player content.
Oh, is there actually a single player content?
Yeah.
Oh, Let me see real quick. I'm gonna get it regardless because I want it at 4K and 60. So I'm gonna get the update anyways. You know, bowing my head to the Nintendo overlords as they provide me with the good content. But sure. Let me see this. Meet up in Belleville. I actually thought it was just the multiplayer stuff.
No, because remember we saw Captain Toad, but they didn't go into it, and then obviously we saw Rosalina, but they didn't actually show off her gameplay much. They didn't even acknowledge it. So we knew that there was going to be other content. We just didn't see it in the first reveal.
Yeah.
And they showed off the Toad Brigade training camp, and that's going to be like the single player content, as well as the Koopalings returning to. The Koopalings are returning, and they're basically changing up the map. And you have to do different challenges to take on the Koopalings as well.
I see. Yeah, I'm looking through it right now, dude. I'm in the assist mode stuff, co-star Luma. That's cool. It's kind of zooming through it. The mouse mode on that's actually dope.
Yeah, Rosalina has
this is
her power up, which gives you Luma.
So there is some single player content. Yeah, this is cool actually. This is the norm. This is gonna be the norm for them.
But yeah, I was already excited about the co-op and competitive stuff, but I'm happy to see that there's single player stuff for the people who didn't want that or didn't care about that. So yeah, I feel like what we've seen is worth $20 at least.
Up to 12 players.
Yep.
That's insane, actually.
They really said, like, yeah, this is gonna be a party game now.
Mario Party, but an actual platformer. That's dope, actually.
But yeah, shouts out to another Switch 2 edition that isn't Xenoblade, bastards. But obviously, this is a big release, so it makes sense that this one's getting a Switch 2 edition, and it's going to be an evergreen title that'll continue to sell.
It's probably one of the best 2D Mario games that they've made.
Oh yeah, I would say it like Super Mario World, Super Mario Wonder, like boom. Because the new Super Mario Brothers games, nah.
Yeah, they're good, but they're not that good.
They're not this
elite
or a Super Mario World.
Yeah.
And they showed off a new power up at the end and did not even explain. Like they showed it off and it ended it. So we're gonna see new power ups in here too.
Nice.
So yeah, it seems like this is gonna be probably the most substantial Switch 2 edition that we've gotten since Kirby Return. I was about to say Return to Dreamland and the Forgotten Land.
Ooh, I need to go back to that.
All right. But yeah, those are the two kind of overviews and directs that we just got from Nintendo. But let's talk about Nate the Hate's predictions for predictions. We know Nate the Hate.
Predictions, yeah.
For what to expect in 2026 from first party, and if this lineup is true, crazy. So I'm gonna leave the big one for last, but Pokemon Gen 10, which is gonna be one of the holiday releases. That one, we've already been talking about that for a while. That one's basically a given after the Terra leaks and just the overall schedule of Pokemon and Game Freak in general. That's to be expected. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Definitive Edition. Now, weird, yeah. But
yeah,
honestly, I'm okay with that. Because Xenoblade 1 has been enhanced beyond Xenoblade 2. Xenoblade 3 also looks and runs way better than Xenoblade 2. And Xenoblade X has gotten its definitive edition and looks and runs way better than Xenoblade 2. So I feel like Xenoblade 2 is kind of the worst looking and running game on the Switch right now. So getting a definitive edition, adding in that Torna content in one package and if it's just the $70 price, without being, because I think it's like the Torna edition is like, or like the Torna DLC is $29.99 or $24.99, I think. So it's like 75. Would that be 60? No, 85 for both. I think if you buy it as a bundle, it's 80. So they can get it at 70 for both of those for the definitive edition. That's actually an upgrade. But yeah, and then obviously that should come with a Switch 2 edition. So that will be our first, hopefully not our first, but hopefully when they do the definitive edition, we get all of the games with a Switch 2 edition at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 definitive edition is definitely was never on my radar, but it makes sense because every single Xenoblade game is at their definitive edition except for this one. But how are you feeling about the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 DE?
Yeah, so I haven't played 2 or 3 or X. I've only played the first one. But from what I know and from what you say, it does seem like this is the one that does need it the most, right?
Yes, definitely. That was very, like, it looked good, but also you could tell that she was running at the lowest resolution. Frame rate was very choppy. And it wasn't until Xenoblade Chronicles DE and then Xenoblade Chronicles 3 where we actually saw sharper open worlds, and like you can tell they put a lot more optimization into it because they learned the system a lot better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's kind of disappointing that he didn't predict all of them, or like all of them to get Switch 2 editions, or all of them to get even Switch 2 patches, you know, like those secret back-end patches like they've been doing on like Mario Odyssey and stuff.
Yeah.
Who's the Panic Attack or Panic Button or something like that that's behind those? Yeah, like it'd be cool if they could just do that, just to throw us a bone for the people that have those games already. It'd be a nice little pop too. It'd be a nice little pop. But you know what? We'll take it. We'll take a definitive edition for Xenoblade 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Sure. And then he did just say, yes, we're gonna see a lot of Switch 2 editions, including Switch Sports and Pikmin 4. But we did get that leak of Pikmin 3D. Or sorry, not what the fuck. 3 Deluxe. Pikmin 3 Deluxe is getting a Switch 2 edition. So it seems Pikmin 4 will also be getting a Switch 2 edition as well. And Nintendo Switch Sports, which hopefully comes with new game modes as well. Maybe mouse mode games. Mouse mode games added to Switch Sports, like air hockey maybe. That would be cool as fuck.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, seems that we're gonna be seeing a lot from Switch 2 editions, and if Xenoblade is thrown in there as well, yeah, a lot to like. Significant Mario Kart World DLC. I feel like this is a given for most people. I don't think anyone really expects Mario Kart World to go this entire year without seeing any type of new content or expansions. And a Zelda remaster or remake. Now, what are you thinking for this one? I think I know exactly what you said before.
Yeah, I think you know what's about to come. But listening to it, he didn't say the game that I'm about to mention, so A Link Between Worlds, baby.
I actually didn't listen to what he said. I'm just going off of like what people have been bringing up. What games did he list? Might be the one.
They literally just said the Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess. That's it.
Oh. Yeah, no.
And then Ocarina, the rumored or the fabled Ocarina of Time remake.
Yeah, baby, that's the one happening. Nintendo needs that second year they need to bring the heat for the second year to continue the trajectory. What better way than Ocarina of Time remake? No matter who you are. At one point, you might have been a Nintendo fan, and Ocarina of Time was that game. Seeing a full remake for the Switch 2, and it's actually gonna be like Twilight Princess level realism, but in 4K, all that. Yeah, it's gonna be the one. But I would still be cool with Link Between Worlds also, because I actually like that game a lot.
Hell yeah. That's the one I want. I feel like that's the easiest one they could probably do.
For sure. Also, but before we get into the big one, disappointed in Nate the Hate for not bringing Kid Icarus Uprising remake into fruition.
Oh, you know what they did bring up though?
What?
They brought up Golden Sun.
Oh my god! If they get Golden Sun before we get fucking Kid Icarus, I'm gonna be upset. Even
that was more than wishful thinking, but they did bring it up though.
But yeah, Golden Sun remake, that could be. Now, I'm still waiting on Earthbound remake, but if Golden Sun, that's gonna pop off for sure. And then lastly, we had the 3D Mario, the big holiday release. And we've had our arguments about if there'll be a 3D Mario game coming in this year or not. You've been saying that the 3D Mario game is gonna happen, and I've been saying nah, it's not gonna happen. And guess what? I'm still on. It's not happening.
It's not happening.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Okay.
And I'm gonna double down, and I'll make a bet with you about if it's gonna happen this year or not. How you feel about that?
I think it could get announced this year and not drop this year for sure.
Nah, it got to release this year. Are you confident about it releasing this year? Because I'll make a bet with you that whoever wins,
I'm not really confident that it's gonna release this year.
Because I was gonna say whoever wins has to play at least 20 hours of a game of your choice.
Oh, that's hella funny. I mean, I'm not confident that it's gonna come out this year. I do think that it will. What's it called? I think that they will announce it this year. It will get announced this year. It might even be like they announce it at the last direct of the year, and then they say like, "Oh, spring 2027 or something like that."
September direct.
Yeah, like a September direct, and then it comes out the first quarter of the following year. Or they can do a Bonanza route where they announce it and then 3 months later it drops. Like they announce it in one of these upcoming directs. Like
I feel like when it comes to those big holiday games, the June showcase.
Yeah.
Or like even when it's not the holiday game, the June showcase is still where they show off the Marios, the Zeldas.
I actually think whatever the Zelda thing is would be their big holiday release, honestly. Even if it's a little remaster or something. You know what? Fuck it. I'll take the bet. Even though I'm not confident in it, I'll take it. I'll take the bet. I'm down.
All right. Get ready to play a very obscure Japanese visual novel.
Sure. Get ready to play Ghost of Tsushima. No, I'm just kidding.
I figured it was gonna be Ghost of Tsushima or Death Stranding.
Get ready to play Highguard. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna do that anyways. Let's go, baby.
All right, but yeah, how you feel about the lineup, if all is true?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's relatively exactly as I would think. You know, Switch 2 editions, some releases here and there, some big updates to their games, and a few surprises. There's definitely going to be stuff that, he didn't predict anything about Splatoon Raiders.
Yeah, either. I feel like we still haven't. I mean, I feel like that has to be at this upcoming direct.
Yeah.
Which we did have some news about, like, directs coming soon, very soon. So we'll see how that goes. But I believe they were like in the next 2 weeks or so, we're gonna be seeing a direct. So yeah. Let me see. There was one more team. But did you hear that there might be an event happening that a lot of content creators and journalists have been flying out to New York?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nintendo?
Because multiple game journalists have traveled to New York. Steve from GVG, Blessing from Kinda Funny, Andy from VGC also teased his travel by showing his Nintendo passport holder, and then Rogers Base is also traveling. And when you, like, obviously Andy from VGC, it could be anything, Blessing could be anything, but when you think of like Steve from Good Vibes Gaming, that's Nintendo for the most part. Rogers Base, definitely Nintendo for the most part. So it seems like there's some Nintendo press event being held this week. Ooh, what do you think this, like, what would this be for?
Bro, it's for Tomodachi Life, bro.
Let's fucking go. The biggest game of the year. I tried to tell y'all, bro. This is the biggest game of the year. Tomodachi Life, living the
It's gonna
dream.
be Pokemon and then Tomodachi Life at number 2, and then number 3 is gonna be whatever Mario shit that they put out.
Yeah. What if Splatoon Raiders is bigger than we thought, and like they have a whole event with content creators and journalists showing up for this new evolution of Splatoon.
That'd be sick. Yeah,
it's gonna be coming soon. Like as soon
they
as
shadow drop it.
As soon as the direct is over, we get like the previews of Splatoon Raiders or something like that. But yeah, who knows? But
surprised Nate the Hate doesn't know about this.
But yeah, it does seem like Nintendo has something coming soon that they already got people playing and gonna be doing previews for, that they want as soon as the announcement happens or whatever update we get, they're gonna be on it. So
sure,
it's cool to see, but a lot of things happening with Nintendo. 2026 is gonna be a very important year for the Switch 2, because with all the shit going on in the world, they do have to find a way to continue that momentum. And the one thing Nintendo knows is that their games are going to be the driving force no matter what. Also, he didn't say anything about the Dust Bloods either.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a big one. No matter how many people try to say, like, oh, it's a multiplayer game, it's not going to be cool. Like, bitch. The Dust Bloods is going to be one of the biggest games of the year. But yeah, man. We excited?
Yeah, of course. Bro, I feel like even in Nintendo's worst years, they still provide very good content.
For sure.
So, it's really, honestly, I think it makes sense why Nintendo gets so much hate. It's just because they they usually are very consistent.
Yep. And they don't follow trends and competitions. They don't worry about what the competition is doing. They just keep doing their own thing, and that pisses people off for some reason. But, you know, when it's not familiar, when it's something actually new and fresh. But, yeah. Switch 2 is most likely going to have a great year again.
Oh, yeah. Third parties, bro. This is the year the third parties coming out, because Microsoft's going to come out with that South of Midnight, Doom, the Dark Ages, freaking probably, Indiana Jones. Well, that's the one that's announced, and South of Midnight. But, you know, I'm expecting Doom, the Dark Ages. I'm expecting all those games. Call of Duty.
Yep.
Fable, Forza Horizon, hopefully.
Yeah, I feel like they don't have enough people to port all of those, but I think a lot of the games from last year we'll see, and then like some of the games from this year we'll see like towards the end of the year. Maybe Killzone will be a little sooner. I feel like that's a priority. Killzone should have been day one. That should have been prioritized over the PS5, honestly. But I know the dev kit situation probably delayed that in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't got anything else to say. Like, we about to get a great year on every single console. It seems like from first party, so let's fucking go. But let's go ahead and wrap up everything. That is it. That is all we have for you guys today. Thank you all for tuning in, and to all the people leaving comments in the chat. We do appreciate the support. Make sure you guys hit that like, because we love you guys and it helps us grow this channel. If you're not subscribed, you enjoyed the show, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you can stay updated for when Dual-Wield premieres. Subeg, appreciate you for pulling up. Sorry about the technical issues.
You're good.
Where can we find you? What you got going on?
You guys can find me on twitch.tv/Subagels, the youtube.com/Subagels. You guys can follow me on Instagram at Subeg. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Subeg. You guys can tap in with the Discord. Definitely, join up. It's funny in there, but yeah, what am I up to? Honestly, bro, I'm just trying to play some games, bro. Like, I've just been so busy, so just trying to play something, trying to chill out on something. Probably gonna be on my couch, hopefully, if all things go to plan. I just want to chill for a little bit, to be honest.
Yes, sir. And as for myself, Don Otaku, you can find me on Twitter at PastaFeet, F3ET. You can find me on twitch.tv/Otaku the Don. And then you can find me right here on YouTube, where not only are we doing Dual-Wield Gaming Podcast every Thursday, Project Entitled Gaming Podcast every Saturday live. And then, make sure y'all join the official Discord as well, so y'all can join in on the Jermaine Cole slander that we got going on over there, because, that's what we do. Also, we slandering Michael Jordan. We slandering we slandering all.
We slandering everything.
Yeah. But don't come in here with that Eminem slander like Stu Jersey was trying to do. We don't do that shit, bro. Not in this Discord. But yeah, man. As far as gaming, I believe I'll be able to talk about one of the games that I've been previewing. And maybe actually both of them next week, so we'll see.
Hell yeah.
But with that, any final words for the people to get them through the week?
Any final words?
Fuck Windows. No.
Shit. Fuck Windows. I mean, shit, yeah, but play Highguard. Don't be sheep.
Don't be sheep.
Formulate your own opinion.
For sure.
Try something new.
For sure. But with that, let's go ahead and get out of here. Peace out, everybody. Enjoy your weekend, your week, month, year, life, all that. Bye-bye.
Peace.